I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on the intro, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started. So, sorry for being late, guys. I'm having some technical difficulties. That is the story of my life for the last stream or last video and the stream. Now, here we go. Hello there. Welcome to the Force Collective. Today we are doing another episode of Star Wars Topics where we are discussing the newest episode of The Bad Batch, which I just got one thing really to say at the moment. Oh, I'm back, by the way. I finally fixed it. I don't know what was wrong. Hauser, my man. I love Hauser. I love him. I mean, just take a look right here. Actually, hold on. I'll help you guys. Okay. Now, let's scoot over. All right. Now, that right there, you see it? Yeah, that right there, that is some snazzy hair. And I just gotta say,
better not touch a single hair of his head.
Exactly. Look,
he'll kill you if anyone touches Hauser.
I'll come for them personally. That hair cannot be touched. Okay. I'm glad we understand each other. But now I'm going to get back to. We gotta see his face now. You know. I mean, I know he looks like the other clones, but that face and that hair together, though. All right. So. I don't know exactly where to begin, except that this was a really good episode. I'm going to sort of go, I guess, in the same way that we did last time.
Well, hey, let's start with introductions.
Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot. Look, his hair is hypnotizing. I just wanted to talk about it, okay?
Get out of the house.
Don't fault me for it. Don't fault me for it, okay? All right. So I am gathered here with a great group of people. Psycho will be here later, by the way. I'm going to introduce each of them because I, for some reason, can't seem to talk right. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do and not actually doing it. It's one of those days for me. I'm tired. Okay. I'm here with Sir AOA, and I'm also here with Bounty Hunter Network.
Hello there.
And Commander Tano.
Hello.
Yes, great people, wonderful people. If you guys haven't heard, which I'm sure most of you, actually, I know most of you have, we hit 100 subs, which is amazing. Actually, 101 now, which is amazing. I touched a little bit on it in the video I made, and I just want to say thank you, mainly, for those that actually watched the stream. Thank you. And that's all I'm going to say because I talked a lot more about it in the video, but that was a really cool milestone that I didn't believe that I would make it to this fast. So, pretty impressive, I think, for like 4 months' work. Then again, maybe it's not that impressive and it's just impressive to me. Either way, I'm happy about it. So, we're going to go ahead and start talking about the Bad Batch today. We also have one other thing that we wanted to talk about too, which I'll let Sir AOA head that conversation because he knows more about it than I do. I did read the article, but I didn't get to form my thoughts on it because I've been so pressed for time. Yeah. So I'll let you start with that in a little bit, Sir AOA. But we have a sponsor for this channel today, and I'll let Sir AOA also take care of that. So take her away, Sir AOA.
Today's sponsor for the Force Collective is Coruscant Colored Milk. Get your daily dose of calcium from all across the galaxy from many different sources. Like the hardy Tatooine Blue. It might be hard to drink, but it'll last long as you do under the twin suns. How about Octo Green? Let that sweet green milk bring a smile to your face. Don't forget Felucia Yellow. From the humid jungles, let this healing milk heal away the morning blues. Don't worry, it is plant-based. With so many colors, there is a milk that will suit your taste. Just remember, if it's brown, don't drink it down because it won't be genuine colored Coruscant milk. Only the Force knows what it will be. Back to you, Shade.
If it's brown, don't drink it there. We need to make that into a t-shirt right now.
That right there. That's Sir Airways t-shirt. If it's brown, don't drink it down. That's how it's going. That's going on a t-shirt for
my
you.
word.
You've sealed your fate there. You sealed your fate with that one.
If it's brown, don't drink it there.
If it's
I
brown, don't drink it down.
I will
And,
wear it with pride.
by the way, this is for you.
Good job.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yes. So I'm not going to tally those up this time around. I'm not going to tally those up this time around, but I forgot to do that last episode of Star Wars Topics because we were so into the discussion. I'm going to try to keep that in mind. Okay, so we're going to follow a similar format to our last discussion. And I might even talk about the nightmares of production later on in the stream too, because I've had the time with this stuff. And I mean, it won't be exactly a long story because I'm going to condense it down. But you know what? I'm not going to talk about it right now. It's annoying. I don't want to annoy myself before we get into this. So I just want everybody's initial thoughts on the episode. Like, was it good? Was it bad? And then we'll go more into detail later. So we'll go ahead and start with Sir AOA since he's underneath my my beautiful face here. Which, yes, I'm using a new webcam and a new mic, so I hope I sound better. All right, and look better. Hey, I also have like this ring light up here. I bought a ring light. I think I told you, but now they can probably see me better. So I've been busy trying to. I've been a little bit busy, but yeah. Sir, anyway, go ahead.
Upgrades.
Yes, upgrades.
We'll finally make better stream. I've forgotten what I was going to say now. But yeah, no, I really liked that last episode. And Captain Hauser, definitely MVP.
My man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it yet again, it's kind of become one of those episodes where I'm not quite entirely sure completely what I think about it because there's a lot of stuff that's sort of left open. But yeah, it really, because it's I want to see what happens with the Syndulas. You know, I kind of want to see because they're sort of like, well, I guess it's back to rebellion, and I kind of want to find out what happens to the clones that just went, yeah, this is crap. I'm just going to put my guns down and just, no, I'm out. Peace, I'm out. So until that is kind of resolved, it's sort of a bit. There's a lot of questions and very enjoyable questions that I want to find out more, and I wish that the next episode's tomorrow, so
Yep.
But yeah, it's kind of one of those sort of situations of I kind of wish they released it all at once so you can watch it all at the same time. And
well, you can do that if you just don't watch any of the episodes and wait till they've released them all.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true. But you would also have to sit and wade through the hours of spoilers that are just
suffer.
Piled. Yeah.
Yeah. We have to fight. Get away. No spoilers. Yeah,
you would quite literally need to,
be
go
off
and
the
live under
internet.
a rock.
Yes. Yes. You couldn't get on YouTube or Twitter or anything for like how long? Oh, look.
None whatsoever.
Chrono is here.
Hello there.
Hey, Chrono.
Neighbor, Chrono is there.
Hold on. Here we go.
General Kenobi.
Well, since I had a chance to do that. Usually Chrono's in the stream with us, so I miss you, Chrono. I miss you.
We need to get that changed. So it's General Chrono or something like
that. Yeah, we should do that. I need to just go talk to the voice actor of Grievous real quick. I'll be right back.
Wow, geez, someone. I thought Bounty was the one that had all the contacts.
No, he's the one with the contacts.
Elbowing with all the
big wigs here.
Yeah, all the big wigs. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to describe them for 5 seconds.
I don't know either.
Hey, just because I was on a stream with Jeremy and Junk does not mean I have their information.
That is not true. We totally know you have their information. Don't lie to me, okay?
Hey. But the thing is, when I posted that tweet, Jeremy liked it. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh yeah. No, jeez. I don't have any contact with him. Oh.
Yeah, just keep rubbing it in our faces, Yeah.
I just tagged him, and he liked my tweet, so that was fun. Okay,
that's cool.
Anyway, what else were you saying about?
Yeah, enough of his gloating. Let's move on. We missed you too. Oh, he said we missed. I can't even say words. Miss you too. So he misses us. He misses us.
It's good to see you, Chrono.
But yeah, no, it
Okay.
Hi, David.
That's awesome. Thank you for showing up. That was awesome. I needed
so
a good
bad
laugh.
It's good.
Oh gosh. Hey, no. I love it. I love bad puns. I love good puns. I love anything that just makes me laugh. Let's see. Even Chrono liked it, so. All right. So, did you have anything else to say about your initial first thoughts about the episode?
Only that it's just making me really want to watch the next episode, which is, great that I only watched the episode on Thursday, so I'm ready to go for tomorrow.
Yeah. So,
or later tonight.
Later tonight. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You get to watch it. Technically at the same time, except I'll be asleep. Which no, I'm going on a trip, so I technically can stay up all night tonight if I wanted to. And I put off for two days by accident at my job. I meant to just put off for one, but they approved them both, so I'm off tomorrow. and plus, my 2-day weekend comes in after that too, so I have 4 days. Yeah, 4 days. 4 days. So I get to watch the Bad Batch like right when it comes out. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I do that every time. I just watch it when it comes out at 3 a.m. here. So I mean,
I'm going to try my best to stay. I can't hardly stay up past 11 anymore. If I sit in the floor or even lie on the floor for just a second, I'm asleep in the floor. I don't care how uncomfortable it is. I will fall asleep. I can't do that. I can't stay up anymore. But I will tonight.
Genocidal Demon says, "Why did episodes 4, 5, and 6 come out before 1, 2, and 3?"
I'm afraid of the punchline. If this is it, I'm afraid of the punchline.
Well, when it comes to Demon, yeah, be worried about the punchline.
So if
oh yeah, I'm done. So if you can, yeah.
Oh God.
Because in charge of directing Yoda was.
Because in charge of directing Yoda was. Oh my goodness. Okay, you know what? You Genocidal Demon, you are officially the Force Collective's joke
master.
Joke master, something like that. You're officially allowed to make jokes for us, okay? give us jokes. Just come to the stream, put jokes in there to liven up the stream because I'm telling you, Sir AOA is so boring. I didn't say that.
Oh,
I didn't say that. What are you talking about?
well, see you later. I'm out of here.
Okay, but we need to move on. We need to move on. Let's see. Let's see. All right. So, you got anything else to say before I move on?
No. Like I said, I've pretty much said everything.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, just
go ahead.
no.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure you were done. Okay. All right. So, Bounty Hunter Network.
Oh, yes.
Your turn. Initial thoughts. What did you think of the episode? You don't have to go in detail. Just give me your initial thoughts first thing.
Got it. I really like this episode, and as always, for Shade, Hauser MVP #1. I mean,
My man.
if it wasn't for Hauser, they would not. Her parents wouldn't have gone out. I'm just saying, of the prison. So I mean, Hauser got them out, and then the Bad Batch came. So I mean, but honestly, the only thing I said, I like this episode, and I'm glad we got more Crosshair. Is what I got to say. And I think I was right, Shade, about my prediction that we're going into a 4-episode final arc now, because he's been confirmed to go after the Bad Batch. I think the final arc is going to be the final 4 episodes, Crosshair versus.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
So I'm excited to see what happens. But honestly, I thought this episode was good. I thought Hera being in it. She honestly, I liked her better this episode than last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, for sure. And there was one moment I did like in this. It's when she told Omega, "Thank you for believing in me." I thought that was a good moment. But she finally had someone that, it was one of the first people that helped her fly. Omega let her fly the ship, and she, appreciated that. So I thought that was a good moment for character development. But I really liked this episode. I thought it was good. Everything worked well. The pieces connected with Crosshair and everything. So I think going into the final 4, I'm going to be very excited. We got a new one coming out tonight. Well, tomorrow, whatever. But I'm excited.
Early in the morning.
I'm excited for the rest of them. I want to see how this ends because I thought I knew how it would, but then it keeps changing it on me, so I don't even know anymore. So,
Hey, Mr. Johnson, this is how you subvert expectations.
Yes, this is how you.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Subverting the expectations. All right, so yes, in a good way. In a good way. Not the Ryan Johnson wants to kill every good character way.
No, this is the actual way you subvert expectations.
Yeah.
Everyone's going, oh, it's going to go like this. And then, hang on, it's not going to go like this. But hang on, I want to know what's going on with this.
Well, see, me and my prediction powers, I'm not using them for obvious reasons. I don't want to spoil it for myself or anybody else. So, but if I were using my prediction powers, there would I would never be subverted with my expectations. Never.
Imagine you walk bounty hunter. Aren't they already bounty hunters defeating those stormtroopers and ripping their heads off? I know. I'm just saying.
more of a what's the word? Well, let's just say they were more like brutes rather than bounty hunters. Because I mean, just think about it. I think they ate the stormtroopers. There was like theories going on about that. Like they actually ate the people wearing the armor. So Ewoks are evil.
That's all I have to say. I'm done. I thought I liked it. Hera was good. More Crosshair is always awesome. And the Hauser sacrificing himself to let everyone go. That is a true MVP.
Mm-hmm.
He really sacrificed himself to save everyone. So Hauser MVP. Hope he comes back, but if he doesn't, it's okay. If he doesn't, it's okay.
I feel like Shake is going to have his expectations subverted with the Clone Rebellion. No, the Clone Rebellion. If you're saying the Clone Rebellion may not happen with that, then you're totally wrong. It's going to happen. This episode proves that it could happen. But if you're saying that, I just want to clarify. What do you mean? Are you saying that it's not going to happen? I have a feeling that's what you're saying.
Genocidal Demon said the clones have better aim than the stormtroopers. They have
No,
better.
the Ewoks did. The Ewoks did. He was talking about the Ewoks. They had better aim.
Ewoks have better.
They did. All they did was
They
throw
did.
rocks at people, and they were beating them.
Yes.
Here's
They
a
had
rock.
some shots and some spears, and they beat the people with guns. And they beat.
Oh, you're wearing armor? Ha! 'Tis nothing to this rock I got in my hand. Whack. 'Tis nothing to this rock. Okay.
Shade, though, but
All
I feel like
glory to the rock.
I feel like the
Okay. Not in this season. I got you. I just wanted to make sure. Rocks and sticks, yes. I just want to make sure I understood. I didn't want to say something stupid without knowing what I was saying. So thank you, Chrono, for clarifying. And if it doesn't happen in this season, it'll happen at some point. I know it will. I promise.
I
Okay,
feel
I won't
like
make promises.
they keep teasing Camino too much. I think they're going to go back. Honestly, it feels like
I don't think they'll do that. Well, hold on. We'll save that for later. You got anything else to say about your initial thoughts, or should I just move on to Commander Tano?
Well, I'll just finish with this. I as I said, I liked it. Crosshair, Hauser, and every it gave more information about some stuff said in Rebels as well, like Hera's. She mentioned Ryloth, the downfall. I gave more information more stories from her. I just like how they keep expanding on the lore where it makes it connect to other things we've seen before. It's actually been good. I'm just excited for the next few episodes to wrap this up. I'm excited to see it wrap up and see if we're even going to get a second season or if this is just going to be a self-contained story just to this and it's over. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be good, and that's all I have to say. All the episodes have been good so far, so I think the final 4 will be the best. We'll have the final arc there, and it will end. So I'm excited. I feel like it's going to end good, and I like this episode. So, yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Well, I agree with you. I think there is going to be more than one season, and we're going to move on to Commander Tano now. So what do you got to say about this, Commander Tano?
Oh, where to begin? Well, number one, just everything everyone said about Hauser, ditto that.
My man!
Sorry. Hopefully the Empire will not harm a hair on his head.
Yes.
So yeah. Second point. I'm the opposite of you, Shade. I do not make good predictions. I thought they were going to knock off Hera's mom, but Mrs. Syndulla is still alive and kicking. So okay. So I guess maybe I should, whatever anyone wants to happen for the finale, tell me it, and I will predict the opposite. So that way, what you want will come to fruition. I will reverse will it into existence. It's like actually I have a habit where if I take an umbrella with me outside, it doesn't rain, but when I don't, it does rain. So it's one of those things. So yeah, if you have any requests for the final 4 episodes, just send them my way and I'll make them happen. If you want the Clone Rebellion, I will predict there will be no Clone Rebellion. None.
Okay.
None.
Okay. So you basically got the opposite of my powers. I have the power to predict things into fruition. You have the power to say the opposite, and it will come true. So you're like the anti-predictor.
Exactly.
Okay.
Third
The anti-shade.
Yes.
The anti-shade. That's good. Anti-shade. I like that.
Yes. Third and final point, like it's like every second, like when you had Crosshair in a scene, every second he like went through 10 different faces and expressions, and I kept thinking, well, what's going on in here? Is he trying to fight the chip? I want to talk about when he asked to go hunt his friends down, because I've got all these, like other people, I've kind of been thinking like the part with it, the part of him that's in there that's actually him is like almost telling the chip Order 66 part. It's kind of struck a deal with it. It's like he's thinking, if I go hunt them down, hopefully they can find a way to help me. Or, you know what I mean? He's trying to find some way to be more proximate to them. But yeah, that's for another conversation later. But yeah, that was just really interesting. All of those scenes that he was in. So I want to see the next episode.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. By the way, yes, I do agree that they were probably more PJs with plastic covering. I mean,
Your armor.
I mean, they have didn't they fire arrows at the stormtroopers and they hit and it went through the armor? Like, what kind of arrows are they using? Because that armor should have been stronger than that. First of all,
you got to remember what it was designed for. It was designed to protect people from laser blasters.
That's true.
Not kinetic weapons.
That's
so
true.
I mean, if you run around firing kinetic ammunition at the stormtroopers, you'd probably murder a lot more than if you fired laser blasters at them.
That's probably true. All right. I
think also some of it's just for show too. Like I think just to kind of the visuals of uniformity and just I think that's just the Empire's way of it. It's more about looking scary versus actually having substance necessarily behind it.
That's probably true. I mean, looks are another part of it. Like you got to sort of have the look to be intimidating as well. You can't just run around with pink uniforms and expect people to be scared of you. So, but anyways,
murder a few, genocide a few planets, and they'll be scared of pink armor.
No, I'd rather do this.
Well,
you got it. You know what I mean, right? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Kill the younglings.
I have. Look, I'm getting them. What did you say? Too late. It's happening. All right. Anyway. Yes, we had to please the Raylos for a little bit. Okay. Look, I had to get that out of the way, just for a little while because we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the stream now. So the one thing, and I think we'll talk a little more about the earlier stuff before we get to my man over here. But what? What's so funny, huh? I heard a snicker in there. Nothing funny, right?
No.
Nothing funny.
You've just got such a man crush.
He is the best clone besides Rex. Besides Rex, he is best clone in the Clone Wars.
Instead of best waifu, it's now best clone fu.
Best clone.
But
no best clone fu.
Clone daddy. Clone daddy.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Clone daddy.
Oh. All right. Sorry, I'm messing with my camera. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk. We're really off topic on this today, aren't we? Okay, so what we're going to do here today? Yes, today. What? Have we ever been?
Don't you mean? Yeah, exactly.
Have we ever been on topic though?
On topic? No, that's the point.
That's ironic because this is called Star Wars Topics, and we get off the topics a lot. Oh well, so now
at least it's entertaining.
That's true. That's like half the fun. But this time we are going to talk about what was it that I was wanting to talk about? Well, you know what? Since it's fresh in my head, let's Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get the best part out of the way, and maybe some other stuff will come up. I want to pose an idea to you guys, or not an idea exactly. I want you guys to discuss this and give your thoughts. But basically, it's not even just Hauser, but he goes out, and this also brings a lot of questions to the table because how does a clone that's under the influence of Order 66 and the inhibitor chip do what Hauser did in this episode? That's really odd, especially since in the past we've seen clones treat even some of their own brothers rudely, like like Imperial stormtroopers in, let's say, Rebels or in the original trilogy. Why can't I say words? But then there's this guy right here who seems like he actually cares about what he's fighting for and not just blindly following orders. So what is going on with this dude, and how in the world did he convince other clones to do that? And what does that mean for the the state of the clones in this new era? Because whatever, if, what's his name again? Radfield or
Raptor?
what was no the new Imperial dude is Rampart.
Something rapper.
Second stream in a row. I forget his name. Rampart. I'm glad you remember.
Rampart. Yeah, sorry. I knew it was something R.
He already doesn't like the clones, and seeing what Hauser did, he's probably got even more ammunition now to throw to Tarkin, saying, "Hey, we had a batch of clones just not follow orders at all. They just let the people that we were after escape." So it's stuff like this, and this also feeds into the clone rebellion thing that I keep pushing for, because there's going to be a lot of clones like Hauser and the guys that stood down with him. I think they're going to be the ones that make up this clone rebellion. Now, I watched a video recently about Hauser, and the person that was in the video, I forgot who it was, but they said that Dave Filoni doesn't do things without a reason. They left Hauser alive. The whole time that scene was going on, I was expecting Crosshair to just shoot him. Like, it looked like Crosshair was going to shoot him, but no, he has him arrested, which is, in a way, sort of unlike Crosshair, because if he's a traitor, he probably wouldn't have thought twice about shooting him. Then again, maybe that's just me. That's just my thoughts. But he's alive. They capture him and the other clones that just laid down their weapons.
Yeah.
So, what?
The one thing you have to remember, and this is probably something that should be stated now, is that they're not actually traitors, because they didn't go against orders or anything like that. They just refused wasn't even that they refused to follow orders. It was just sort of a case of
Morality.
It was just, they weren't betraying anything. They were just sort of like going, hang on, this is kind of a bit crap. We're just going to put our guns down. So it's not like, that character in the second episode that, points a gun at Crosshair and goes, we're just taking over. At which point, Crosshair shoots him. That was a little bit different. This was just sort of like a case of, we quit type of situation, at which point they're not exactly being traitors. It's just sort of like, hey, we quit. Now, I mean, of course, you can sort of charge them with insubordination, but you can't exactly just execute them straight on the spot for going, hey, we quit. Because So I don't think calling them traitors is the right terminology in this sort of circumstance.
Shade, I actually real quick one about what you were saying about the clones' behavior and stuff. I think something about what we said last week is true now from seeing this. I think the chip is wearing off. We said that the chip wears out. I think it's wearing out because they would have just shot Hauser because that was the order to shoot him or to stop the traitors. I think that the chip's either degrading, it's becoming weaker, or they just see it as wrong. Like they're starting to have something back in them that's not just order.
Well,
I think
the thing is that that they didn't see what Captain Hauser did behind the doors, so.
That's true.
All they know is that
Mm.
he just walked out the front of the door and went, "Hey, this is crap, guys." So, they don't know anything other than Hauser's just walked out and gone, "Yeah, hey, I quit, guys. Why don't we shouldn't be doing this?"
Honestly, I think Rampart had his suspicions from the beginning that Hauser would do something like that, anyways.
But
Agreed.
But the thing is that I don't think there is any lawyer or prosecutor in the galaxy that would attempt to put traitor charges on Hauser, because there would just be as you said, they might have inklings, but there is absolutely no justification for stating that as a fact. And when it sort of bringing up the point on the chips, I don't really see it as the chips malfunctioning. But if you sort of look at it in the terms of, the chips making them compliant to the Empire, you could almost see Hauser's actions in protecting the Empire, as in protecting its citizens.
I was gonna say I had, and it's pretty similar to that theory, another theory to muddy the waters. And I was thinking about it you remember when so in the very first episode, before they mess with Crosshair's chip, where Crosshair's chip is working, but it's before they made it hyper order 66. Yeah. One thing that I thought was interesting was that consistently, like, even though Crosshair would say, like, oh, he'd want to, shoot civilians or, do all this stuff, he would always listen to Hunter. If Hunter told him no, he would back down. He would follow orders, in other words. Because there's kind of an element to the chip where it seems like if the clone, kind of recognizes an authority figure, there is kind of a way to get through, at least partially, with that. So it could be a combination of things. I do think Hauser's chip, for whatever reason, I think it just never worked. But I think in terms of the other clones, like the ones who are serving under him, it could be, that maybe for some of them their chips just didn't work either. But I think also, even if their chips did work, I think, like what Soraya was implying, is I think there's a way that Hauser could get through to him because he's an authority figure and saying, I'm not going to do X. And so that following orders element doesn't conflict with the chip's directives. There's a kind of a compromise. I think that the real the real people inside those clones can kind of make that bargain with the chip part, if that makes sense. It's just like, I think you almost saw it getting close, like in the finale of the Clone Wars, when Rex was trying to convince Jesse to not go Order 66 on them. Like you could see Jesse almost kind of doing the math in his head and almost getting to the point where he wasn't going to do it, but he did. So there does seem to be a way, if you kind of take the right approach and language, that you can kind of reason with someone who's under control of the chip, depending.
And you got to remember what the chip is meant to do. It's not direct mind control, it's hypnosis. And the thing is that if you have a strong enough will, hypnosis won't work on you. So the chip influences, but that influence still needs to be interpreted, and House's interpretation made him do what the actions he did in that last episode. Nothing he did in the last episode really would conflict. And if you look at Crosshair, also, a lot of his actions don't conflict. But just there are certain aspects that are amplified, thus he does what he does. So I don't think it's really a big case of chip malfunction. It's just more their own lived experiences, even though I hate saying those two words together, being filtered through what's happening or the inputs that they're getting to create X outcome.
Yes, I agree. I'm going to respond to a couple of things here, to different people. I'm going to start off with Chrono since he put this out there earlier. Yes, last week we were very focused, actually. So we did stay on topic for last week's stream really well, to be honest. Second, as I was saying earlier, I don't think Dave Filoni does anything without reason. I think they left Hauser alive for a reason. And I'm thinking at least to maybe he might be saved by Rex or something like that. Maybe that's how Rex comes in contact with a lot of clone troopers. He goes around trying to free them from Imperial imprisonment and stuff like that. Who knows? Who knows what Rex is doing at this point? It'd be cool to know, but we don't. That might not even be the case. But Dave Filoni doesn't do anything without a reason. So, just look at Gregor. He promised he'd come back, which we didn't see it in the Clone Wars, but he showed up in Rebels. So, that's just one small example. Now, on to the other thing. Let's see. I think Crosshair would not execute anyone on the spot without an order because he is more of a very efficient soldier than a trigger-happy clone. He isn't a trigger-happy clone.
I agree with that.
I do too. I feel like the main reason, though, why he didn't execute Order 66, though, is because the chip wasn't as effective on him due to the fact that he, well, of course, like all the other members of Bad Batch, were more immune to its effects, but he wasn't completely immune. And I think that's why he was able to fight it and listen to Hunter for the most part. But he isn't trigger happy. He is a very smart, very strategic clone. He doesn't do anything without reason or without being ordered. Especially now, he's really into following orders currently. So if the Empire tells him to exterminate a group of people in a village that are completely innocent, he'll do it not because he wants to go kill people, but because he was ordered to. Or maybe it has a strategic advantage for the Empire. Either way, he's not trigger happy, like you said, and I completely agree with your take on that. Also, I think I replied a little bit to Commander Tano's at the same time, so I think I got that part out of the way. Okay, but I want to mention this real quick. What in the world could these actions that these clones took lead to, though? Because they are not the only ones. They're not the only clones that probably feel this way. And even if the chip is working, Commander Tano did say that, or was it Commander Tano? No, it might have been you, Soraya. It's one of the two of you said that it's just another way of following orders. You're trying to protect the citizens and stuff like that. Maybe they have a better sense of morality. and they want to serve the Empire, but they're wanting to serve them in, I guess, the same way they would have served the Republic. So they're sort of holding on to that past, which doesn't seem to be that case with all the clones. A lot of them are pretty stormtrooperish, you know?
And I mean, one thing that we also do have to remember is that we haven't seen the reaction of older clones to what the Emperor said, like in the first episode. You know, in that first episode, the clones that were, yeah! I would not be surprised if they were, you know, just off the assembly line type situation. You know, they're brand new clones, so they probably have a lot less experience and a lot less personality that some of the older clones like Hauser. Because I mean, look at Hauser's armor. It's been used. It's been very much used.
Yes.
And the thing is that, you know, he has a name. And I don't think any of the clones in the first episode, I think they all just had their numbers. So it could just be a simple case of new versus old.
Another thing I want to mention, because I found this in a video. I can't remember who I watched, but somebody I watched mentioned that in like one of the first 2 seasons of the Clone Wars during the Ryloth arc, Mace Windu sits down with Cham Syndulla and they talk about the clone occupation and all that stuff. And Cham Syndulla says, "How long will it be before I'm fighting you?"
Yes.
Like that I never remembered that until I seen that video. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was predicting the future.
Are you talking about that video from Generation Tech?
I don't think it was Generation Tech. I was thinking it's either Star Wars Theory or there was one more I was watching. I think it was Star Wars Comics or something like that. They might have mentioned it. I can't remember. It's one of those two. I've been watching some videos from. It wasn't Star Wars Comics. No, it had been Star Wars Theory. It was probably Star Wars Theory. He's like the main guy I watch nowadays for Star Wars stuff. So I think it was him that mentioned it. Oh, no. What was it called? Bombastic. What's his name?
Is it bombastic? I think it's just bombastic.
Bombastic Gamer Films or whatever. Bombastic something.
Yeah. Well,
I watched that guy. Yeah.
Because Generation Tech, he released a video, pretty much.
Yeah, it's just bombastic.
Yeah, bombastic. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been talking about it, and he mentioned that. That's who it was. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
The video was just pretty much the problems that the Empire are going to have with planets like Ryloth, because Ryloth didn't have a government or an army type of situation, and the Empire are going to be stuck with nation building, which is a bit different from occupational or peacekeeping, which is what the clones would have done. And soldiers are really bad at nation building. Unfortunately, he's never heard about the Australian Army because he would not say that if he knew anything about the Australian Army. But he's American, so of course, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to you guys, but your army sucks at nation building.
Agreed.
Unfortunately.
No, there's a comment I said on a video ages ago. The Australian Army has done something that the American Army has never been able to do. Invade a country, make it peaceful, turn it into a country, then leave.
So basically, you're calling us the Empire from that episode. We won't leave Ryloth. Okay, I see how it is.
All right. Generation Tech, he actually did link what happened in Afghanistan to what
Huh.
would happen in Ryloth, and there is a lot of would it be correlation?
I think so.
Or similarities. I'll go with that word.
We'll go with that.
It's not a one-for-one comparison type of situation, but you can take an academic view on it and sort of go, oh yeah, there's similarities there, and this, and it's a pretty good video. So if you really like this episode, you should probably go and watch it. There were a lot of similarities with what's happening in Ryloth in the Bad Batch. Well, sorry, in the Star Wars universe, and what happened to Afghanistan, and the fact that clone troopers or soldiers, probably will not make very good nation builders, and you will end up having a situation of, oh, hang on, rebellion.
Did you have something else to say?
No.
Okay. Well, I want to first respond to this. Genocidal Demon said he's done with Fall of Glass. That's awesome. Fall of Glass is awesome.
Have you done that yet?
I've not fully finished it, unfortunately.
We've got to organize a time and day. My client will drag your ass through Vault of Glass.
I need that, yes. I need to get that done. I need to get it done. I love that raid. Okay, off topic. I'm not doing that. So I'm trying to figure out a way to say this. Basically, what I want to say is it's talking about the effects of the chip. Like, I'm guessing that we believe that it's not really wearing off. It's more of just some clones feeling like they are serving the Empire in a different way, which might actually be the case. But let's say Hauser got in contact with a Jedi at some point somehow. Do you think he would react that way to a Jedi that they had before? That's because the Jedi aren't exactly doing anything at this point, but they are classified as traitors to the Empire. But he sees how the Empire is like. He mentioned, he actually talks about this. He's worried about inciting rebellion in the capital of Ryloth because they're arresting Syndulla's supposed supporters, which is practically every single Twi'lek on Ryloth, due to the fact that they're practically enslaving the entire planet because, they support this dude. Let's just go ahead and frame him for assassination, which, by the way, I told you, Orn Free Ta did not die. He is going to recover. They said so in the episode. Mm-hmm. So he is alive, unfortunately, but alive. I want my man here. I want him to do the assassination.
Well, we don't know. We don't know because, we didn't see the body or see him laid up. It could just be a case of, he's absolutely alive, and we've got to get the, it could just be all an excuse to go out and arrest everyone, but really the guy's already dead.
I wouldn't say that's the case, though, because what benefit would that bring them? They need... See, the thing is, this is before Star Wars Episode 4. And in Star Wars Episode 4, during that movie, they dissolved the Senate. The Senate is no longer around. It's gone. Like, they do it during that movie. Or, like, right before it. Either way. But they needed the Senate at the time to keep the planets in line. So they need to keep people in high positions to help keep the planets in check, basically. Now, Orn Free Ta was all for the Empire, so why would they, and I know this is the Empire we're talking about, but why would they give up Orn Free Ta, who is clearly their puppet, but still their for them, why would they get rid of him in a cheap way like that? And then let's say appoint somebody random to people that they're trying to enslave. I don't think that it's if they're going to do anything at all. Like, I mean, yeah, they'll probably appoint somebody new, but I doubt that's going to happen because Ornfrey Tall actually no, there is lore. I just remembered. It just came to me right now. There is lore that for Ornfrey Tall later on past this arc in the Bad Batch. It's in a book later on, but I think it takes place like 4 years after the Clone Wars or something like that. I can't remember. I'll have to look that up again. But he's in a book, and it's a canon book as far as I've been told. So he's not dead. That's already confirmed. If that book is canon, I just can't remember the name of the book. Dang it!
Well,
I'll have to look that up. I seen that earlier.
Yeah, or maybe Crosshair just deliberately did the most awesome shot and pretty much put 1-3's head, but didn't actually hit anything that killed him.
He only hit the tendril, leku, whatever it's called, on his head. Which it does look like a headshot. It really does. But that part is just connected to the head. It didn't actually like go through here, let's say, but it went like through the top where the leku connects to the head. At least that's what I seen. But there are some people who
we might just have to go back and look at it.
Hold on. Before we continue, which program do Jedi use to open PDF files? I don't know. Go ahead and tell us, Demon. Tell us. I'd really like to know. I may want to use this program as well. How did I not see that coming? I should have seen that coming. It makes so much sense. Adobe One Kenobi. I love it. Thank you. That's awesome. You know what?
Good job.
That's for you. That's for you, Genocidal Demon.
I was sitting here going, ooh, something that we could possibly create into another ad, and then
Adobe One Kenobi.
Oh, I can't use that. That won't work.
Unfortunately, maybe you can think of something similar. Maybe. Okay. Anyways, so I wanted to talk mainly about like what this means for the future of the clones, because if more clones like Hauser, and now I will say there was no Jedi present on the planet during Order 66, if I've heard correctly, for Captain Hauser. But that shouldn't really change the effect that the chip has on him. In my opinion, I feel like it, which like we were talking about, some clones might have more willpower than others, and that's pretty evident because not all the clones that he was talking to laid down their weapons. Some of them ended up arresting the ones that decided not to follow through with the orders that were given. So honestly, it just begs the question: what does the future of the clones look like? And that's not the question. Where will this lead for clone troopers such as that? Like I'm saying Clone Rebellion, of course, but the thing about that is that probably won't happen this season. And like Bounty Hunter said, we're probably heading into a 4-episode arc of just Crosshair hunting down the Bad Batch, which is probably, it won't lead to a Clone Rebellion during that arc. I feel like you would need more of a build-up for that kind of thing, which the whole second season, if they do a second season of the Bad Batch, could just be a build-up to a Clone Rebellion, because I feel like there is so much more they can tell about this part of the story, which they haven't gotten to yet. And
share that now.
I don't know why I did that. Well, that's something we're talking about later. I don't know why I did. I think that's just the moment I seen that, I just automatically moved my hand to do that. Okay. Does anybody have anything to say about any of that? I'll start with Sir AOA real quick, and I'll go on down the line.
No, I think I've pretty much said everything. Most of it is yeah, I don't think there's anything more I can sort of add.
Okay.
I mean, oh well, hang on a second. Yeah, there's many different ways that it can sort of go, so it's sort of a bit hard to figure out which way it's meant to go. I mean, I can see Stormtrooper versus Clone Trooper. I can see old clone v new clone. There's many different ways it could go. Because like I said before, it definitely sounds like and feels like more of an experience type of situation. So the older clones have a different framework than the newer clones. So that's why some clones put their guns down and some didn't. You might want to check your connection, Shade, with your mic because
is it not working?
No, it's working, but there's just some sound feedback.
Sound feedback.
You might have. It's gone now. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I don't know what I did.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just thinking you might have like knocked the connection when you were turning it on and off. I saw what you were doing.
Yeah. How did you see my how did you see me doing that? The
body language.
Oh, body language.
Could see the arms moving forward a little bit, and then a little click, and then all of a sudden you can't hear your, I'm guessing, aunt and niece or mother and niece or.
Well, my niece is here, so they were just in the pool outside. My sister, my niece, my mother, they're all here. So they were just in the pool outside, and they just came back in. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's at this present moment, there's really not enough information to sort of go, this is what's going to happen. And yeah, it's sort of one of those sort of situations of until they pick up this story thread in the next episode, which they might do in the next episode, or it might be an episode a couple of. But yeah, at this present moment, with everything in this story thread, it's either it's going to probably be some form of clone rebellion, or something is going to go down between the Imperial higher ups and the clones.
Mm-hmm.
What it is, no idea. Will Bad Batch be in the middle of it? Most likely.
That's true.
It would seem a little bit strange having them not be in the middle of it.
I feel like Rex would be involved too. I feel like, I mean, why did Rex want that tactical droid's head or the information on it? Think about that. You never know. No, I don't think shooting lessons. Maybe. But seriously, think about that. I don't think we ever addressed that question when that episode came out, as far as I remember.
Because the thing is that, it's a wait and see type of issue.
Yeah.
We're not going to know exactly why he needed it until we get a little bit more information. The only information we had was the head was wanted.
Mm-hmm. It was really wanted. Who did Sid want it for? I doubt we'll ever get an answer to that. But think about that, though. Multiple people want that droid's head.
He wanted to delete his browsing history. He wanted the droid's head to delete his browsing.
Did I say something that you took out of context or something? Did I say something that can be taken? Wait, what? Oh,
What?
I didn't even read. I was so focused, and then you break my focus.
I started laughing at what Bounty's done, and then Steve started laughing at chat, and all the comedy all the time.
If it's brown, don't drink it down.
If it's brown,
sorry.
Well, hang on a second. Hang on. I just realized that if Rex really wanted his browser history deleted, he should have used Death Star data management and used the super laser ability to destroy the data and probably the head. May also include the planet.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not a service I would be inclined to buy if it's about to destroy my planet. But if it takes care of the supposed browser history issue,
exactly. Maybe you really want that browser history deleted, so use the super laser from Death Star data management.
Yeah, I can't let anybody know that I've been looking at Care Bears or My Little Pony. Well, I'm 24. I shouldn't be looking at Care Bears. I'm too old for that. I don't want people knowing about that. I'm keeping it PG, okay? I'm being nice. Anyways, we'll get off of that. So I forgot where we were. Dang it. I lost my focus after, huh?
You were talking about why did Rex want the chip?
Okay. The droid, yeah. Ewok as a Care Bear. Oh gosh. Okay. Yes.
I'm sorry. No.
You think you're funny, don't you? Well, you are. You were very funny. But that's besides the point. Yes, I think Ewoks are just the Star Wars version of Care Bears. They don't have the little symbols on their bellies or anything like that, but they're all Care Bears.
You just wait. Disney is probably listening to this conversation, and they've probably thought, "Oh, that's a great concept. Like, let's partner with Care Bears and and put our IP onto it." Like, they're gonna do that. You just watch.
Yeah. The two mobs are going, quick, buy the Care Bear IP. We've got to get this done.
Build an Ewok. I know, and it isn't Care Bears, but think about that.
That's so true, though. They are going to do that.
Yeah, we already pitched them 2 ideas, but you know what? I better get credit. Commander Tano better get credit too.
We need to get a design patent for this or something.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Hey, Genocidal Demon says he wants 40% if they did. Hey,
I'd be happy to take 5.
I'd take 50% because that was my our idea, not mine. But I would say we deserve 50%. It was our idea. Doubt that would ever happen, but you know, they're rich enough; they can afford it. All right.
Well. There's 4 people watching, so one of them is probably Disney.
I bet that's Genocidal Demon. I bet it's him.
Disney would be Genocidal Demon.
The name fits.
Got to buy everything. Buy it all. We've got to rule all the IPs.
And if we can't own it, this will happen. Let's see.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be grinding Destiny 2 if he was. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Demon's a Twitch streamer, so.
Ah, that's cool. That's awesome.
You're up to 200 followers, Demon.
200. That's twice what I have. And that's like almost 50 times more than what we got watching us at the moment. Ooh. You already. See, you always go to child murder to solve issues. I can't help it, okay? It's part of who I am. Accept me for who I am, okay? I demand acceptance.
You
okay?
identify as a child. murderer.
Yeah, and they can't say anything about it because that's what I identify as.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, well, guys, do not underestimate Shade's power. Do not underestimate.
Yeah, I have the power to kill the one you love. You must choose.
Liar!
Dun,
No,
dun,
I'm
dun.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Liar!
You're not sorry.
I knew that was coming.
Yes. Okay. We're really off topic.
Captain Rex and the why did he want the chips or the head? I think is what we were
Kid just sees Anakin come in, activates lightsaber, then goes, "Oh no,
Oh crap!
it's not party time." It's never a party when a lightsaber is involved.
This is not
Unless-
when the fun begins.
I mean, Mace Windu, like he whenever he gets involved, the party is over. I told you, whenever a lightsaber is involved, there is no party anymore. It's over. So, especially a purple lightsaber or a blue one, either one of those two. Preferably the purple one because there is no child murder with that one. Let's see, the Jedi Rave is on the other side of the hole.
Well, Shade, I mean, Shade, if you have a purple lightsaber, you get thrown out a window. So, which one's better?
You mean like Mace True Window?
Yeah, he got. You know,
I see
Palpatine
what
said
you
he said
did
batter
there.
up.
I
Yeah.
see what you've done there.
Yeah, I figured you'd see that. I figured you'd see that. Okay, no, seriously, we're getting back on topic here. Okay,
Alrighty.
is there? I'm trying to think of anything like that's super. What's the word? I'm trying to think of something that's important to this episode that we haven't discussed yet because we talked about the main thing, which is Hauser, his inhibitor chip, all that stuff, and his hair, of course. Let's see. Well, Geonosis was kind of like a party with all those lightsabers and blasters going on.
Oh yeah, that
It was a laser show.
definitely
It was a light show. It was a light show. There's so much light going on, and it was awesome. That was my favorite part of the movie when that happened. It was just awesome.
We're just missing the beat.
Yeah, we were missing the what's the word I want to say? I lose my words a lot. I feel like I'm an old man that can't think of what he wants to say. Let's see. Did you know during that scene with Mace Windu, Anakin, and Palpatine, you can see Anakin being Darth Vader, or Anakin, I can't even read, being born in that exact scene. Yeah, Anakin dying and Vader being born in that scene. Yes, I never thought of it that way, but yes, that's a really good thought because they use that ending scene of Episode 3 as like the death of Anakin and the birth of Vader, but technically the death of Anakin was when he pledged himself to Palpatine's teachings, and at that moment he shall be known forever at that point until he dies, that is, as Darth Vader. So technically, yes, you're completely correct. That's really good. I didn't think about that because I always thought of that last scene of being the death of a hero and the birth of a villain, but now that you say it that way,
it was definitely in the room.
Yeah, exactly. You can tell how his face turns from one look to another. That's true. Yep. That's true. I think his eyes had like
absolutely changed in the.
I don't think they
scene.
changed in that scene. I'm pretty
No,
sure
not
they don't.
that scene. Not that scene. I think it was the scene in the Jedi Temple. So
Maybe.
I'd
No,
have to have
no,
a look.
not in the jet. Hold on. I'll show you. I'll show you.
Oh yeah, hang on.
I got the clip. I got the clip. Let me find it. Let's see. It's hard to
Yeah,
tell exactly,
no,
but they're the same color.
No, yeah, I think they are the same color. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
There would be
it's probably because the no, it is actually it is actually a different color.
Oh, it is?
It's very light. I mean, we are talking about you've got to see it in the right lighting type of situation.
Well, the video is a low res too, so I love how
Now,
we
I mean,
went from Bad Batch
it's
to
not,
Star Wars
it's
Episode
not
3.
like it's not like fully gold type of situation, like what you saw in Rebels with the mask broken. That scene,
Or in the scene where he's killing the Separatists at near the end of the movie.
yes, I haven't seen that movie for so long.
Hey, that's a good topic though, talking about the Sith Eyes and when they activate, because they have like this weird ability where if you're not going and doing something particularly evil at that very moment, unless you're Palpatine, then you're always evil. They just go back to their normal color. But when Anakin was doing that, they weren't exactly that bright Sith color, but when he was going out for the Separatists, they were that Sith color that always show up when they're doing something evil. So I think that's another topic for another time. But I just want to say I think it's like the intention has something to do with that. Like if you are intending on putting harm on someone with and you're sort of not exactly enjoying it, but you're giving in to the dark part of you, be it the dark side or just whatever, your eyes will change to that Sith color. But if you are doing it, and I think Anakin was only doing it to save his wife at that point, not really just to be evil or out of hatred. I don't think he did it out of hatred because he was that. Hold on, this look right here. It doesn't really look like he wants to do it. Then again, that's my take on it. He looks like he's forcing himself to do that.
Yeah, because
And
I just want to bring this up
Uh-huh.
because the thing is that if you sort of really look at that scene, his eye color is kind of brownish, sort of yellow, and Hayden Christensen's eye color is blue.
It's blue, yeah. Which then again, it's dark in that scene too, and he's got a hood on.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is that you should.
Yeah, is. I have this Lego, and as on the Lego, he has the yellow Sith eyes when he turns evil.
But I mean, it's in that scene, he probably, as you said, wasn't completely Sith eye, let's kill everything type situation. But
when he went after the Separatists, though.
Yeah, I know. No. What I'm saying is that at the Jedi Temple, at
the Jedi Temple,
weren't quite there yet. But when he's going after the Separatists, here we go. It's full Sith Eyes.
I mean, he spent 4 years fighting the Separatists, and he's finally ending this war. So he probably has a deep hatred, and due to the Jedi way, which he's no longer following, he wasn't really allowed to let that out. But at this point, he's letting it out because of all the pain that he had to suffer throughout the Clone Wars due to these people that were in charge. I believe that's why he let all his hate out on them, and that's why his eyes turned red.
I think there was a video I watched ages about it. Because the thing is if you
that's also true.
If you realize one thing was that Count Dooku never had Sith eyes.
That's true.
The main reason behind it was that he was throwing around force lightning like nobody's business, but he never it was almost like using dark powers for a self-righteous reason, not I'm just in the power and I want all of the power, so lightning. It's more sort of a case of for a better future, I am going to take this dark power and use it for a better future. So he never really he never really was full Sith. It was just sort of a case of
he was an idealist, as they called him.
Very idealistic, and
he didn't, I guess, actually turn to the dark side. If you think about it, he followed the teachings, yes, but he didn't. He had his own agenda, and he thought that Palpatine was going along with that agenda as well. But I don't think Count Dooku even knew about the. No, he didn't even know about the plan to turn the clones against the Jedi. He asked, I think, Poggle the Lesser in the Spire room or whatever, where they're watching the Battle of Geonosis take place. How did the Jedi come up with an army so quickly? So he didn't even know. He wasn't made known about the plan that Palpatine had. So I think since he had his own agenda and his own ideas as to what they were fighting for, he wasn't fighting out of hatred exactly. He was fighting more to make a change that he believed in. Now, that there's a difference between what he is doing and what Palpatine was doing, though. Palpatine just wanted to rule everything, and he had a hatred for a lot of things. And I think all that, and not only that, but the training that he had underwent throughout his life and the teachings that he had learned, all that stuff has sort of made him into this pure evil person. And that I think the dark side sort of has like different levels. Like you're either partially dark, or you're like full on, you're going to kill everybody dark. So,
actually,
or maybe he was just mad that because someone took it.
The thing is that you could possibly look at Count Dooku as being more grey than dark.
Yeah.
I would say like Dooku, he was discriminately dark, whereas like some of the, like when Anakin goes all Sith Eyes, it's just he's just indiscriminate rage dark.
Hey guys, I want to tell you something. I have to go.
You gotta go?
You have to drop out here. So it was fun talking about Bad Batch, everyone. I'll see y'all later.
All right. See you, buddy.
Catch Bounty.
See ya.
See everyone later. Bye.
Oh,
Okay.
hang on. Did everyone notice his name change?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Cool.
Hauser of the Bounty Hunter Network with the Hauser logo. He changed his logo too. That was the best thing. I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to interrupt anybody. But Hauser's my man. All right, and I think another thing that I think rage and hatred. I think that is really the main drivers of the dark side. Or that's not the word, is it? It's really the main thing that drives people to be so dark. That's really what I'm trying to say. And I think the dark side uses hatred and rage to make it more powerful. And that's why the Sith believe in letting out your anger and hate. And I think that's what really makes the Sith Eyes really come out, is having like a great amount of anger or hate in your heart for this or that. So, I mean, I think that's what does it mainly. We're really off topic though. Dear Lord.
Hey, it's still Star Wars topic.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Is there anything in the episode that you guys think was particularly interesting that you want to talk about? Let's go ahead, and I'll start with Commander Tano this time. She hasn't gotten to speak much about it yet. So if you have anything interesting you want to share or want to discuss with us, go ahead.
Oh, we're I'll go with a non-Hauser topic to bring some variety to our diet
Oh,
this evening.
okay.
Yeah, so every single facial expression that Crosshair made throughout that
Yes.
episode, and I don't just mean the part where he got permission to hunt down the Bad Batch. I think there are interesting parts before all of that in the episode, like the bit, and here we can talk about Hauser this way. The moment when you've got Rampart in his office and you've Crosshair kind of it's where he tells Crosshair like, oh, I'm concerned about you haven't found Harrison Dula yet, all this. And then so Crosshair is about to leave the room and he exchanges this look with Hauser, and I'm trying to figure out what on earth what is that?
Mm-hmm.
What is he trying to? At first, I thought it was just as simple as like that. He was just he just saw a potential rival, I guess, in Hauser. But on the other hand, I don't know. And I think the other thing, and I've seen people comment on this, just kind of the interesting kind of. There's an interesting bit where after once the Bad Batch is flying away and you see Crosshair just looking up at their ship and you see Hunter looking down, you people thinking like, oh, can Hunter like possibly see Crosshair's facial expressions? Is he feeling kind of guilt at leaving Crosshair behind again? Just so yeah, I guess it funnels back into a discussion about the chips again and kind of what and we're probably not going to know until the final episode of this season, like what's going
If that.
on with the chip. Is it going stale?
Going stale. That's a weird way to put it.
Or did the iron engines fry it more than we first thought?
I mean, there might have been more internal damage than external damage because he still has that face. He just has a weird scar near the back of his head.
Yeah.
Which I think. I actually I'm wanting to now go and have a look and just see if the scar is where the damage. Well, sorry, the scar of where they took the chip out is in the same location of where the damaged part of his face is still.
Yeah. I wondered about that too. So tell me when you figured that out, because let's see. I don't want to sound racist, but all stormtroopers look the same to us. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, so you know, I agree with Commander Tano that all of the there was definitely sort of a change in Crosshair, and you definitely saw it with all of the facial expressions that you kind of sort of go, is there something behind it?
Oh, Ben.
Are we going to be seeing, a change? Because I agree with Commander Tano that there was definitely sort of a change in Crosshair's behavior, and definitely sort of facial expressions.
They put those things in there for a reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they took they had, it wasn't just that one bit at the end. There were multiple opportunities that they showed us that, those kind of little, interludes where you're just watching him. His face is changing like 10 times a second, and you're kind of wondering what's going on there. And they wouldn't bother taking the time to animate all of that just for no reason.
Yeah. And yeah, I absolutely agree, and I think there is something behind it. Just don't know what it is yet. And yet again, comes back down to I can't wait for the next episode. but they're definitely we're definitely seeing a good amount of crafting going on,
Mm-hmm.
which makes all of this really entertaining to watch.
Oh yeah.
None of. I mean, I don't know. It's probably something that you need to sort of re-watch the entire season in one go to really sort of understand how good the story is type of situation, seeing how it's so split up. You can't see the entire picture yet, but it would be really interesting sort of at the end of the season to go back through and watch it all in one chunk and see what you can then pick up because you see the whole picture rather than these individual screenshots that we're getting right now.
Something else before I forget it.
Yes.
You need a recording light, Shay.
I know.
Now recording.
Look, they all know I do this on Thursday, so that's just
So they come down so they can be heard as well.
maybe they want to be on the stream, but without actually being on the stream. But they want to be on the stream. That's probably what it is.
But
Okay, go ahead.
But before I forget, oh darn it! No, I can't. No! It has got to come back because it was. Come on, no, come back. Okay, so what were we just talking about? We were talking about Crosshair, the chips,
the faces they made, all that stuff.
Yeah. Darn it. Wait. Okay. What? I'm trying to think. What was I just gonna say before this? This is going to bother me. This is going to bother me. Oh yes, I've got it. So here's something interesting that could come into play. So Crosshair's asked for permission to hunt them down. As we've seen, Crosshair's seems to be checking in at Kamino every so often to get. They're basically like recharging his chip. It seems like it was like episode. I don't know if it was like episode 3 or something like that, or where he was back on the medical table, and it's like I thought it seemed as if like they needed to repeat that operation every so often.
Yeah,
to keep his chip kind of hyperactive. So I'm wondering if he's going to be away from, if it's possible he's going to be away from Kamino for a significant period of time for that thing to wear off, get even more stale, as it were, if it doesn't get that refresh that he normally gets.
Yeah, that just brings us back to the question: do the chips deteriorate, or the effects do they deteriorate over time? And one other thing before I let you back, old Ben is asking, so is everyone thinking there will be multiple seasons? It's not confirmed, but I believe there will be. My prediction powers.
I predict there won't be, so that way there will be.
It's shade and anti-shade. We both have our own ways of predicting.
How many seasons do you want? And I'll give them to you.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like there's like I don't think they can tell as much as the Clone Wars did. So, well, they're doing shorter seasons though than the Clone Wars.
We need at least 2 more seasons.
I think so. At the very least.
I think there's definitely enough time for 2 more seasons.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of episodes because then
I
I
feel like they will.
a whole lot of more seasons, because then you start maybe getting into places that have already been treaded,
Yeah.
and seeing how they weren't in the
True.
previous tread, you start to have continuity problems.
Chrono says please say 7. I was wanting to say 7. I really was, because that's how long the Clone Wars went on, and since the seasons are shorter, they could probably. I mean, that's probably
You will
like
not get 7. You will not get 7.
probably not 7, but unfortunately,
You're
wait,
getting one season, just one season.
I was about to say she was being serious, but no. Okay, she's
Yeah,
predicting.
she is being serious.
I mean,
Like,
she's
really,
she's predicting though.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
She's predicting. I thought she was just telling me that's not going to happen.
No,
She's predicting 7. I'd love to have 7. I think we'll have 7. Since I like to use my prediction powers in my way. Let's say we'll get 7. I'll say we'll get 7. Let's do that. Let's see. Ben said, "I want the show to run indefinitely. Please make that happen. Thank you in advance."
Well, you've already heard from Commander Tano. She's predicted 1, so we're only going to get indefinitely.
Yeah, we're holding you to that, and he's thanking you in advance. So, anyways, what were you going to say? Something else about what you were talking about before I interrupted with the seasons talk?
No, that was it mainly. I think Crosshair being away from just being on his own a bit, I think that's gonna help with the chip. But I ultimately think that they're all going back to Kamino, because I think Hunter is like me in that he's making predictions. He's in essence making predictions with his promises that you won't go, Omega, you won't go back to Kamino. No, you're going back to Kamino.
Everything will go back to Kamino. Like, it started there, it's got to end there somehow. And I say there will be a clone rebellion on Kamino. So, it's going to happen. I don't care what anybody says. It's going to happen.
I think when
I think Chrono wants you to say something.
Yes,
Yeah.
Hauser dies too. Yes, I predict that Hauser will die.
All right, you heard it here first. It's not going to happen because she predicted it. All right.
Yes.
Quiet, Shade.
Hey, I'm predicting that it's going to happen because, or that it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
See?
Careful.
Not that will happen. I can't say words correctly. Sorry. It will not happen. I'm mind tricking whoever might be in charge of this. It will not happen.
I think, in all seriousness, about the Clone Rebellion part and predictions regarding that, and so this is like, how it's right now. I'm not sitting in the prediction seat, so I'm not making any predictions right now. So this does not affect the outcome of anything, either way. But I think, in all seriousness, like with the Clone Rebellion thing, whether we'll get that or not, I think a lot of that depends on whether. It's going to depend on how many seasons. Not just how many seasons that how many seasons this series will have, but more specifically, it will depend on how many seasons at the time of writing this of season 1. Did Filoni already know that he'd get another season or 2 to work with in the future? Because if he didn't. If it was a deal where it's like, well, let's do this season and see how it goes, and if it's if it seems to go well, then we'll renew it. Then I think he would probably maybe try to fit in some Clone Rebellion type thing, because that would seem to be his only opportunity to do that. I think it's just like with when they were doing The Mandalorian, they kind of, like with the entrance of Boba Fett, they kind of were going off the assumption, like, this may be the only time we can bring back Boba Fett, and so let's, make sure that we do a good job with his re-entry. But it seems, we ended up, we're going to get more of him, it turns out, but you could tell with how they wrote that episode that, they were they had that possibility in mind that might be their one chance. So I
Mhm.
think it kind of depends on what Disney told Filoni at the time, how many seasons
Yeah.
he would have to work with. So
I feel like
hope
there's.
yeah, hopefully
I
they
feel,
told him he'd have like 2 or
mhm.
3 or 4 to work with so that he felt like he had some freedom to stretch this out, but we'll see.
I mean, the show itself has opened so many doors. It's hard to see them shutting all those doors, at least in this season. If they do not shut all these doors, maybe they'll continue it in a separate series that isn't featuring just the Bad Batch. That there might be a Clone Wars styled show after this one that follows other characters, or even does a Clone Wars style where they don't follow just a specific character or whatever, but just goes through a bunch of stories throughout the entirety of the time between the end of Bad Batch to whatever point they go to. Also, let's see. Old Ben and Genocidal Demon, they want cameos. One of them wants a lightsaber as well. So
But I mean,
we'll get that
thing
for you.
The thing is that they can't have too many seasons in the Bad Batch.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because if they have too many seasons, it will probably start stepping on Rebels' toes, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
even Rogue One.
They may do that intentionally, though.
I mean that's a possibility.
I think, once again, I think at least as far as I don't think they'll step on Rogue One's toes, but I do think with Rebels, it's kind of an interesting situation where I think people, and I include myself in this, liked a lot of elements of it, but at the same time felt that there may be some missed opportunities or some things that
Mm-hmm.
we may have wanted to see done, not necessarily completely differently, but just a little, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
just a bit differently. And I think, just like I kept saying, I think they've already kind of been testing the boundaries to see, like, oh, could we contradict this book or this bit of media that's not,
Mm-hmm.
TV or movie, and just see how people react. If there's some uproar, like, oh my, you didn't follow the story group timeline or whatever, or just kind of testing it with just showing repeat, hologram destructions of the second Death Star in The Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, they didn't explicitly say, screw the sequel trilogy, screw Rise of Skywalker, this is how it happened. But it was enough that people, we all know, like, that's what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they could probably keep, there could be things they could keep doing with this to see how far they could push the boundaries on that, and see how comfortable people would be with some revisions here and there.
But I mean, the thing is that I can see them stepping on books or comic books' toes, but not another animated series or on movie or anything like that. That would be,
I get your point.
Step too far.
Maybe.
But I mean, the thing is that
he didn't have an issue with it. He didn't have an issue with it though.
So I mean, the thing is that could you see the Bad Batch involved in starting a cell of the rebellion? Absolutely. But being part of the rebellion, I think might be just that one step too far.
Oh, I agree. I do agree for different reasons. Like, I don't think they're going to be involved with the rebellion. Frankly, I don't want them to be. I kind of just want them to be doing their own thing. And I think also that fits with frankly, the messaging that I've seen with some, the other stories they've been coming up with lately, like with The Mandalorian. Like, I like the fact that he's not with the Empire or with the New Republic, really. He sees them both as these big, big kind of cumbersome organizations that are in his way. And so I kind of I would prefer the Bad Batch to just kind of keep doing their own thing. I think we've got plenty of other stories and characters that are, in that kind of rebellion universe. So yeah, I don't see that happening, but I do see I see there's a possibility that they could use this series or something else to keep testing the boundaries for and I think it's going to be more so pushing and seeing if they can make slight tweaks, revisions to the sequel narratives. But yeah, we'll see.
Well, we probably won't see changes to the sequel trilogy in Bad Batch.
But we haven't. What we have, and it isn't a change to the sequel trilogy, but I do think it's definitely something that contradicts kind of the messaging and narrative of the sequels, which is that with Rey being a Mary Sue, and it's just all about being strong with the Force is all about talent. Being good at anything is all about talent. I think in that sense they've kind of rewritten the narrative of the sequels. And very explicitly, and once again, without having any Force sensitive characters, really in the story, they've been hammering home that message that it's the importance of training and discipline, in being good at something. But yeah, I don't think that, like I said, I don't think they're gonna necessarily. Maybe sometime down the road they'll think with some of these, these new stories and series that they're coming out with, doing something even more explicitly to kind of be at odds with the sequels, but it is really early.
Yeah. By the way, I agree with you, Chrono. Okay. So, since we're talking, we also sort of mentioned the sequel trilogy. I think, unless you guys have anything else you want to say about this episode, because, I mean, really the main focal point of the episode was Hauser and his troopers turning, or not even turning, but just standing down and not following orders of the Empire. There wasn't really anything else that happened in the episode that is worth, like, making a big deal over, besides Hera flying around or Crosshair going out to hunt his brothers. Besides that, the refinery. The refinery got destroyed.
Not just that. But
am I forgetting?
Oh God, I've forgotten his first name now. Hera's dad.
Cham.
Well, yeah, Cham Syndulla.
Cham Syndulla pretty much going, well, looks like it's time for another rebellion. That definitely says a lot. What it says, I've got no idea.
Well, the episode in Rebels where Cham Syndulla shows up, that right there can basically sum up what happens, because they talk about it.
Okay, I haven't. Oh God, I've really got to get off my ass and watch everything. Bad Batch is, at this present moment, the only one in the Star Wars universe that I'm actually being disciplined on, and actually watching it all. But I really need to sit down and watch all of Clone Wars and all of Rebels.
You haven't watched all of the Clone Wars?
No. But that might be simply because
I'm disappointed. I don't want to believe it.
Liar!
I don't believe it.
Cancel him. Get him off.
Let's just take that comment and throw it back that way. It never happened.
No, I've just haven't done the last few seasons. I've watched pretty much all of it except the last few. And I never continued watching second season of Rebels because had to just lost track of it as it was slowly being dripped on YouTube. And from memory, taken off YouTube.
True. Well, if we don't have much else to say about this episode, I mean, we already know there's a rebellion coming due to the fact that he shows up in Rebels and sort of talks about the whole thing a little bit with Hera, I think. I can't remember the episode fully, but I know they mention all that. And besides my man here and his amazing hair being awesome throughout the whole episode, I think we've basically covered anything major that, unless you guys think of one other thing. But if we're done, we can move on to the last thing before we get off of here that Sir AOA brought to my attention. But before we do that, does anybody else have anything else to say about this episode?
Nope.
Well, I would say I want a little bit more of that kind of thing. It's a good episode. I was about to say it again. I'm not going to play it more than... dang it, that's it. I forget it. I didn't want to do it multiple times, but, I'll let that second one slide.
Maybe there's like a cool down on.
There needs to be a cooldown. Yeah, there needs to be a cooldown on that ability. That I think my ultimate ability is
magic spell.
Yes. Where's the hair product sponsoring? Oh, yeah. You haven't given us a hair product sponsoring.
Yeah, where is that?
I will have to. I'll talk to the sponsors.
Yeah, you better
I'll
give
talk
it
to the
them.
marketing team and see if any hair sponsoring companies want to sponsor this.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. I may not know what he means by that because
I'm trying to wonder that myself.
I mean, I've not played enough with you yet, but I want to know. I want to know what he means by that.
The biggest problem is that there's probably half a dozen things that he's stating. So I don't know which one.
I'm if I ever get to play with you guys on there, I'm ready to hear it. I want to hear these funny things. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the second topic, the last topic. I think for this episode, we're not going to really give predictions because it's really hard to predict what's going to happen next. I did not predict that we'd go to Ryloth and have a 2-episode arc like this. I'm afraid to make any more predictions at the moment because I sort of want to just let myself be surprised. Either way, I think we're good for this episode. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to let you take over on this part, Sir AOA. You go ahead and talk to us. Well, I probably should remove that and then wait till you get on the article. But you had an article you wanted to talk about.
Hang on a second. That's weird. It shouldn't have done that. My apologies.
It's okay. It happens. I'm in the EAZ and fell between the oil canisters and got stuck. Oh, gosh. I know that feeling, and I hate it. I hate it when I get stuck on there because you can't get out. It finally somehow lets you out. I guess there's some weird secret mechanic in the game that, if you're stuck for so long in a spot, somehow it lets you out. I don't know. I always end up getting out. I'm done rambling. Go ahead, Sir AOA, and do your thing.
Well, I don't know. Damn it, I can't remember. It was no, it was the Star Wars Twitter channel, Twitch account, released that Walt Disney Resorts have released the brand new poster for Star Wars Galaxy Star Cruiser. Or Galactic. Oops, sorry. which is, from the sound of it, pretty much a Star Wars holiday resort LARPing thing.
Yeah.
Where you go on a well, it says down here, a 2-night journey in this I don't know what you would call it, hotel, and as some people have pointed out on Twitter, that it's in that blasted sequel trilogy era,
Yeah.
which has absolutely killed a lot of people's enthusiasm for it.
Yeah.
Here's the question. When was... I'd love to know about the timeline, from concept to where we are now, of the development of this whole thing.
That's a good
Well,
And we'll
question.
probably never know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've only maybe Doomcock can get on to his Doomcock or Clownfish can get onto their
They're awesome sources. Or we should just get Bounty Hunter Network to
Yeah,
give us the inside.
because I do remember seeing just, for a while, allusions to this thing being developed. And I think my feelings of it, I'm not going to immediately be optimistic or pessimistic, because and I've probably said this before. One thing, it's just like when people, got excited with Dave Filoni's promotion, or, various, seemingly good things that have been happening in Lucasfilm. I think one thing that we will have to keep in mind is, yes, it could be that they're doubling down on sequel material, and that's not good. The other possibility, and this is just as, and it may be even more likely, that a lot of these, whether we're talking about, series, books, media, things being developed, a lot of these things take years to develop. And so we're kind of, it's like going on what Star Wars is going through, hopefully. If it's going through this big transformation and purge, it's like a diet where it's like you have to, it takes maybe a few weeks to get all the toxins to go out of your body before, and you're going to see them, and it's going to be ugly, and you're going to feel horrible, and, you're going to go through that. But once you're done, you're done. And so I kind of see, like, yeah, it could be that they're just doubling down on their mistakes, or it could be this is just the toxins being purged out, and so we just have to wait out a few of these things that maybe it was too late to change, to fire the people who were involved with them, or it was too costly to change things, and so we're just gonna move forward with this, but new stuff coming down the pipeline will be clean. Like, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
And a few people on Twitter were just sort of like going, "Oh God, I thought they were going to get rid of the Star Wars trilogy, the sequel trilogy, or not touch it." But the thing is that if you actually go to the website, actually, hang on, I'll just bring it up. Click. Does it go? Yes. Okay. Because I looked it up before, but I just have to find it. This is tied into Star Wars Galaxy Edge, so it's not so much that sort of trying to read between the lines, I don't think this is so much a doubling down as in the case of, to change it, they would need to then change Galaxy Edge and everything to go along with that. And at this present moment in time, they're just not able to do so. So they're kind of still stuck with the sequel trilogy when it comes to all this type of stuff. And as you said, it's about getting the toxins out. Unfortunately, you know, they don't quite have the money just laying around to sort of go, well, Star Wars Galaxy Edge is not happening, so change it now. Change places. To just call on to one of Disney's previous movies. So at this present moment, they're going to just have to deal with it. So unfortunately, the Galaxy Star Cruise is unfortunately going to be Sequel Trilogy.
Yeah.
And yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
If only that wasn't the case. Why don't they give us one like during the why is everything in the original trilogy or sequel trilogy era? Why isn't there that much prequel stuff anymore? I mean, I know we got Bad Batch, but when it comes to prequel stuff at, let's say, Galaxy's Edge, it's non-existent.
Well, because the thing is that you got to remember that Galaxy's Edge was Kathleen Kennedy's concept. So, she didn't want to touch the original trilogy, let alone the prequel trilogy.
The only thing they touched was the Millennium Falcon. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we aren't going to see that. And the thing is that as going to, I think I bring him up every single bloody stream, but he is an expert in all this stuff. Cameron Pasha, he says, all of this stuff takes a crap load of time. We are talking about a very slow turn. It's not something that you just go, oh well, hang on, this is not working, let's change places. No, there are just so many layers that you need to change that you can't just push your chair back and get up and move on.
And all these people involved in a project like this come with their own contracts, which are costly to terminate or alter. It's unfortunate. And I think the thing is too is that I think it's still possible. I think down the road, they could and probably will change Galaxy's Edge, but I think it would almost be more cost effective, like if I were thinking this through, to just wait and change the whole thing, give the whole thing a makeover rather than kind of,
And I think someone who had contacts with the Imagineers sort of went, now listen, we designed it to sort of, if we needed to change it. But it is something that it does take time. I mean, whenever I'm playing video games and people start complaining about, oh, this bug's still here, why isn't this bug fixed or anything like that? As someone who studied computer programming, that stuff takes time. You have to go line by line through the code.
Yep.
You have to have a team to go line by line. So that bug that might have just been found this week, it might be bug 15 that they are working through, or 15 projects in front of that bug, and they have to fix those because they don't have anyone available to do it. And then there's, going through the code, finding the error. That takes an arseload amount of time.
Yes.
Then you've got to create the first fix. See if the first fix works. Oh, the first fix doesn't work. Okay, let's try another fix. Put it in. So the thing is that the decision to ignore the sequel trilogy, would probably say 2 years old, or was that decision done earlier?
I actually think, to kind of go off what you're getting at. Think about it this way. So, with the timing of everything, in terms of kind of, I think the evolution of Lucasfilm's approach to the sequels. So we had it's 2021. Okay, so back fall winter of 2020.
I agree, Chrono. Go ahead. Sorry.
So think back just less than a year ago, just months ago. So at the end of last year, we had the second season of The Mandalorian, and the year before we had the first season. The first season of The Mandalorian, that was right before Rise of Skywalker. And even then, the first season of The Mandalorian, it was different in all respects from what we've gotten with the sequels, but it was not, in my view, it wasn't quite yet like a repudiation of them. They were still kind of clinging to Rise of Skywalker, and that was what they were kind of sinking their money into and putting all their hopes and dreams and whatever into. That did not work out. But then by the time we roll around and get Mandalorian season 2, in terms of the writing and just little things that they put in there, like that was you could tell that was a repudiation of what had happened with the sequels in many respects.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, actually, the minute the green lightsaber got switched on, that was
yes.
that was the cutting point.
That was the death of it.
That was. Yeah, I completely forgot when the death nail was put in, and that the minute that green lightsaber came up on screen, that was when the death nail happened.
Yeah.
So sorry. No. I was just saying, if you think about it, it was just last year. It's just, and someone could probably look this up. Like whenever they started writing those episodes, it wasn't until then and it was basically just Filoni and Favreau deciding, screw this, we're going to write this season of The Mandalorian this way, and it's going to contradict some of the, kind of the meta narrative that the sequels are pushing. So it really only is in kind of really recent history that we get this turning point with first, I think, Filoni and Favreau's approach to the sequels, and then I think what was a surprise was people's overwhelmingly positive reaction. Not only their positive reaction to the season 2 finale of The Mandalorian, but the fact that most people also understood what was happening with that finale. It wasn't like people just liked it for its own sake. Most people, I think, liked it in part because of that narrative contradicted what they saw in the sequels. Mm-hmm. So if you think about it, it's like the purge, kind of the kind of the healthy diet that now Lucasfilm is going on only recently started. And so we may have a really long, given as what Soraya kind of mentioned, about the time to kind of detect these bugs in the system and the time for these projects, these toxins, if you will, to kind of exit the body. That's going to take a while. So I think people should, like I said, I think people should continue to hold Lucasfilm and Disney accountable and make note of these things when we still see these, these kind of things that we don't like. But at the same time, to ourselves, realize that it's not necessarily a cause for pessimism, but all the time, but at the same time, keep the corporation's feet to the fire. Keep reminding them, hey, we don't like this stuff. We like that stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Totally right.
So in other words, people, if you want to do this LARP experience that they're coming with, don't go now. Wait 5 years until they actually finally change everything to the better trilogies, and then buy.
Vote with your wallets.
Yes, exactly. I think it should have been in the Clone Wars. Like, they should have been in one of the Jedi Star Cruisers during a battle against the Separatists. Now that would have been really cool. And they can have like actual actors in clone costumes around instead of stormtroopers. You know, it'd just be really cool.
Yeah, it's really, I would hate to be in charge of this project just straight off the bat, because the thing is that you definitely would want to make it sort of feel like you're on a almost like a sea cruise but in space.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of don't exactly want boarding parties to board your ship cruise and start role playing, arresting everyone or something like that. So it would be really sort of hard to get the right era. You would almost have to put it in sort of like the Old Republic, at which point, all the diehard fans would absolutely love it, but for all the people that just go to Disney Park because Disney, they're sort of going, who's this Riven guy that we're meant to be scared of, or laughing that we're afraid of, or did you hear the news? Riven did something. Who's him? The one thing that I think everyone needs to remember is that, especially when they put this project into an era that the fans would actually want to go to, it's kind of also got to be built around the Jar Jar faction, the Rebellion faction of fans.
Yeah.
And for everyone that remembers what the Jar Jar faction is, Misa go to this because Misa likes Star Wars, and Misa, this is a Star Wars thing.
Are you sure you're not Ahmad Best?
Sorry, what?
I said, are you sure you're not Ahmad Best? That's the actor for Jar Jar. Come on, buddy.
Oh, sorry.
Come on.
I'm tired. I've been up for 10 hours.
Well, I know the feeling.
So I mean, the thing is that one, yeah, they definitely should have put it in a better era, but unfortunately, they're stuck with the toxins for at least a couple of more years.
Yeah, until they get the picture that the sequel trilogy isn't all it's cracked up to be.
And the thing is that it will be built around sort of probably people that go to Disney more than the hardcore fans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, oh, look, it's a cantina that looks similar to the one on Tatooine, but it's on a place that we've never heard of before in the movies. Let's go to it because it looks Star Wars-y.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to know. They're probably going to think, oh, wow, this is Tatooine. Well, wait, hang on. It doesn't quite look like Tatooine. Sorry. It should be, oh, Miso, go to Cantina because it's Tatooine.
Miso, go to Cantina. Mexican. Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, I don't. That's pretty much it, really.
Well,
Um,
I'd say that that's a good place to end the stream then.
actually, this is probably one. I don't think it's going to do better than Galaxy's Edge, and I don't think it's going to.
Isn't it part of Galaxy's Edge?
It is. It's exactly part of. I mean,
So it's just a ride then. What was this, Star Wars Tours or Galaxy Tours or what was it? I bet it's like replacing that, or not even replacing it, but just becoming its own separate thing.
Yeah, the one from everything everything you can sort of see there, it is a hotel. It is a Star Wars hotel.
Oh, it is okay.
Passenger cabin. Cabin.
Okay, I got you. That's pretty cool though.
It is somewhere where you go and stay.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't get to read all of it.
Well, this is on the website. It's at the bottom.
Is it? Okay.
You can also visit StarWarsGalaxyStarCruiser.com and sign up to receive updates as they're released. So, and this is the website.
Okay.
It's all just pretty pictures. There's no sort of actual.
This whole time I was thinking it was a ride. I'm an
a
idiot.
little from column A and a little bit from column B.
Yeah.
There are definitely activities, sort of like wield a lightsaber.
That's pretty cool, though. I mean, if it was like, I guess it wouldn't make much sense to be in a prequel era unless it's like a.
Actually, to be perfectly honest, I think a prequel era would be a better location for it.
You think so?
Prior to, well, I mean, wield a lightsaber. Why the hell would you be wielding a lightsaber during the middle of the galactic Civil War?
That's true.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That does make sense now that you say it like that. I mean, the only one in the sequel trilogy that has a lightsaber now is Rey.
Yeah.
She buried the other two. She buried the other two and somehow made another one. Yes. And the one that she has this weird turn-on thing. And not only that, but it looks like it's made partially out of Darth Maul's lightsaber. Did you ever see the end of it? It looks a lot like Darth Maul's lightsaber, but only half.
You've got to remember, have not watched the Rise of Skywalker.
Well, I figured you might have seen a screenshot or something.
You're not missing
much. I haven't exactly been...
Yeah, you're not, but... I liked it better than The Last Jedi, but not better than The Force Awakens, which is mostly good, but,
But yeah, as you can see at the bottom, enjoy planetary excursions to the Star Wars Galaxy Edge.
Yeah, I see it.
Big question is, why? But... well, I haven't gone to Galaxy Edge, so I don't know how bad it is.
I don't know either. I mean, if they ain't got any of the characters that especially since they have the Millennium Falcon there, you'd think they would have, like, let's say Luke or Leia or Han Solo, especially Han Solo and Chewie, but they have Kylo Ren walking around, and I think they have Rey walking around. Why don't they have Han or Leia? Or why not? I mean, it's why does this
two words Kathleen Kennedy.
I mean, that's one thing, but the other thing, why in the world did they base it solely on the sequel trilogy and not like have 3 different areas of it, one representing each trilogy?
That would be too sensible and conciliatory.
Well,
two words.
That's true.
Kathleen Kennedy.
I think that's the answer to every question that I was about to ask at this point.
When it comes to Star Wars Galaxy Edge, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't it make more sense? Because that Galaxy's Edge should be like a celebration of the entire saga instead of just the poor part they made.
But that is the entire saga.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's right.
Rey is all the Jedi.
That's true. all of the how many like millions because they're not even counting they're not just counting the ones in the temple in Coruscant because they keep exploring the Force like in Jedi Fallen Order they you explore like how other civilizations viewed the Force, so it's not even just them. So there's probably millions of beings apparently in Rey. So Rey's literally everyone that ever used the Force that's still, I mean, that's dead.
I'm every woman. It's all in me. I kind of wish I knew more of the lyrics right off the top of my head, but I don't.
Look, it was just that last scene was just a poor knockoff of Avengers Endgame. That was the first thing I thought of. I am inevitable. What? I am Iron Man. Over.
Rey
And then
all
here,
the Iron Man.
all the Iron Man. No, it's got to be woman. It can't be man. Sorry. Womex. Womex in. Womex in. Womex in. Is that how it's pronounced? Because when you add an X there, it just don't sound right.
I mean, you know, this is something to explain how silly it is to put X in.
It is so silly. Latinx.
No. But I mean,
Womex. They're doing it to a lot of things.
In old English,
I am too. I'm very surprised.
in old English, the term that was used was mun, which is MANN.
Mm-hmm.
That meant grown adult. If you wanted grown adult that was male, you would put were. And if you wanted grown adult female, you would put with. That's how we get werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
So man wolf. But the thing was, man was grown adult. That's why we have the term mankind.
Mm-hmm.
Not people kind. Because that's essentially what they were saying. That was essentially the word. And then, well, the French came over and ruined English.
Yep.
And that's how we got woman. I don't know why they chose woman. That part I don't know. But the thing is that in sort of going, oh, this is problematic. This word's problematic because it's got man in it. Well, congratulations. You're just saying that you're a child. And funny enough, adding X in it just goes, well, I'm just a toddler. Congratulations.
I wonder how confused kids would be if they started teaching that in school. You spell women with an X instead of an E, and they're like, but the X don't make the E sound, sir. And like, oh yeah, it does. You know why? Because we do not like men in women's names. They're birthing people now. They're not. There's no such thing as men and women.
Hey! We've got to stop now. Or we'll get cancelled.
I know exactly how to get canceled. Biblically, women were created from men. There you go. Biblically, they were created from the rib of a man. Cancel me now.
I need to leave. I can't stand all the toxic masculinity in this stream.
Yeah. Let's do this. Let's be toxic and manly.
Oh dear. Hang
Uh,
on, what the hell were we talking about?
we were talking about adding X into women instead of an E. And that's not even just that. If you know anything about Spanish, there are like if you say, let's say, niño, which is I think a boy child, niña is a female child. The O and the ah that's a way of distinguishing whether you're talking to a female or about a female, or and the O for like a boy or male.
Well,
So
the thing is,
they had X
Spanish,
there.
Spanish, French, and Italian are all Latin based or romance. I think it's romance languages. Essentially, coming from. But the thing is that English is actually more Germanic based.
Yeah.
And in the Latin languages, they are gendered. French, you have homme for man. God, no, my brain's just gone now.
You're never useless to me. You're not useless to me, okay? I got you.
Yeah, homme for man and
I like potatoes. Potatoes are good.
him. Yeah,
All potatoes are my favorite.
I
just love potatoes. I'll stop. I'll stop.
No, I'm just trying to remember because the thing is that they definitely have two separate words. Actually, they have a lot of separate words for both the feminine and the masculine. Perfect example is the, which is la. It's spelt L-A and L-E, depending on whether you're talking about the masculine or the feminine. And the funny thing is that when it comes to the language, it's very much the sound of the word, but not the actual word itself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, just a quick question: what would you call beer masculine or beer or feminine as the item beer?
What now? Sorry.
Beer. You know the drink beer.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Would you call it masculine or feminine?
I mean, if I had to choose, probably masculine.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably going to mispronounce it because I haven't bloody kept up on my lessons, but I think it's pronounced bière in French, and it is actually considered feminine.
Really?
And it's not because beer is essentially a female drink or something like that. It's just the sound of it.
I wish I knew how to pronounce that. And you say you're a useless potato. You're teaching me things. Come on. Go ahead.
But it's interesting. Like you think with some of these people, like it's like, are you going to, for languages that have gendered, endings to nouns, that have gendered nouns and articles that correspond with them? It's like, are you just going to put X at the end of everything? Like, should all of Spanish, for instance, should you just have X's at the end of every word?
Niñex.
Niñex.
Which one are you talking about? I don't know. Are you talking to the boys or the girls? We're talking to the niñex, okay?
But I mean,
you should know which one I'm talking about.
And what's really awful about Spanish and why Spanish should be canceled is that obviously if you're talking about a group of niños and niñas, it's niños. So it's the language just doesn't deserve to exist because it's so horrible using the masculine as a gender neutral.
How dare they?
It's a misogynistic language.
Yeah, duh.
What I never get about this is like when and people do this for other things, for like say like I studied like ancient Greek for a year, and it's interesting to me like when people would like talk about translations of ancient texts, like specifically like translations of the Bible, and you'd get like very you get some theologians who'd want to translate using gender neutral pronouns, like, or use he and she or they for certain things, when they just use the masculine as a gender neutral because that's just what they used in that language for a particular sentence. And it's like, I don't understand, like, on the one hand you want to communicate that gender doesn't matter, and I agree, because it doesn't matter. I don't care if I don't mind kind of using the masculine as a gender neutral, because that's what a lot of languages have done. And like Spanish, for instance, and even things like the word virtue, it comes from the Latin vir, like it's it's for masculinity. I don't then think like, oh, virtues are bad or misogynistic. That's just what happened, the strange things that happen with language. I don't, if gender truly shouldn't matter, and I don't think it should, why should anyone mind? I don't mind kind of, when referring to myself in a mixed group of people as like, the men or the niños or the, you know what I mean? Like
the guys.
The guys. Yeah,
yes.
That's the thing. I don't get what's the issue.
Look at these guys. Hey, I say that a lot. Like, I'm here with these guys here, Sir AOA, Commander Ton. That's how I refer to a group of people. I just say guys. I mean,
and the main reason I think is because we view all of this.
We have common sense. That's the difference.
We're not gender essentialists, unlike some people.
It's more of a case of we view all this as descriptive, not prescriptive.
Yep.
So, when you say guys, you're not talking about men. You're talking about a group of people around you. You are describing, rather than prescribing that there are only men here, and that's why I'm saying guys.
Yeah. Like at my job, when I'm telling some people to have a good day, I'll see like groups of even just women. I'll say, "Have a good day, guys." Because it's. I mean, what other word would work? Think about that. Like, what other word? Like, just, have a good day, girls. That just sounds weird. I don't know. It just sounds weird to me.
Gooks.
Huh?
Gooks.
Oh, okay. That's right.
G-U-X.
I say cat scratching post. Okay, see you later, cat scratching posts. They don't have the same ring. Sorry. I'm sorry. That was almost good, but it don't have the same ring. I was considering using that. Oh well. I think we've really strayed from where we were, though. Honestly, I think we've covered everything in this episode of Star Wars Topics. Anything else to say before we start ending this? I'm sort of like, I don't know if you could tell, but I'm like wore out after today, and I'm like falling asleep sitting here. Like, I sort of laid my head down and closed my eyes a couple times. I'm wore out
I haven't
today.
noticed that.
You haven't? I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that notices that. I mean, I didn't do it that much, but I was still like falling asleep a little bit, just a little bit. And it's not because you guys are boring, even though I said you were earlier. Mainly, I was talking about you, Sir AOA, not Commander Tano. She's never boring.
How dare you?
She's
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
She's the Mary Sue of the stream. Come on, you know this.
I can never be boring.
Exactly. She's the Mary Sue. She's constantly Mary Suing, therefore she can never be boring.
If you say I'm boring, you're a toxic man. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be toxic, okay? All right. Otherwise, you won't get canceled, you know? Anyways.
I think a lot of I think a lot of people have declared me toxic. So I think.
Well, I'd
I
say
just
that's
have to
probably
add
true.
that.
I've seen your Twitter.
Hey! I advertised right at the beginning. I am the thermal detonator thrower of the Force Collective. So
yeah, you sort of throw those detonators in highly populated areas.
everywhere.
Yes, especially the highly dense areas full of people.
Oh, mass casualties!
And then there's like mass retaliation.
Bring it on!
Genocidal Demon says went from Star Wars to talking about other stuff. That if you watch any more of our streams, or even from this point on, like that happens a lot. Last stream though, it was not like that. Last stream I think was the perfect stream. I think it was the most perfect stream we ever had.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not. I think it's
problematic.
Yes, he's a problematic male.
Mhm.
Ignore the white male saying that. I mean, if I'm advocating for toxic masculinity, not advocating, if I'm talking poorly about toxic masculinity, that makes me okay, even if I'm a white male. So.
You're an ally.
I'm an ally, yes.
Keep apologizing.
Yes. Hey, guys, I'm sorry, and here's you a little bit of an apology vid. That's to appease all you Raylos.
I want to know what percentage of your subscribership is Raylos.
I don't know. All of them. Who knows? What's the internal temperature of a tauntaun? I don't know. What is it? Oh no, never mind. I know what it is. I know what it is.
I hate this. I'm getting a delayed goddamn chat.
Here, I put it on the screen. I know exactly what it is. It's lukewarm.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does. I've heard that joke before. See, you got me with other ones I'd never heard before, and then you throw this one at me at the very end of the stream. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. that was the worst Biden impression I ever. I think my voice cracked a little bit doing that too. Come on, man.
Hey! With the way he sounds right now, no, it actually suits really well.
Oh, okay. Come on, man. Raise those gas prices, man. Come on. that was delayed chat because
No. Let me put it this way. Oh well,
because
see, I've got
came through for me.
Yeah, I've got the StreamYard website. What's the word? Expanded. It's full screen. That's it.
Oh.
So I'm not seeing the internal chat from StreamYard. But the thing is that the YouTube chat, I haven't seen half of Chrono's chats, and I can't even see the joke. I can see the answer to the joke, but not the joke itself.
Wow. Okay. That's odd. It's really odd.
YouTube must be watching and is trying to prevent me from interacting.
I think it's mainly because of my Biden comment right there. What is Jabba the Hutt's middle name? Now you got me. Okay, what is it? Tell me. This is one I haven't heard before. Go ahead and tell me. I'm ready for this.
With
if he's
full
going,
anticipation.
yes, anticipation. Is it the? Are you just gonna say the as his middle name just because in a way that would sort of actually be funny, but Jabba the Hutt, if he just says the, like, oh, well, that's funny anyway.
No,
I don't know how to exactly.
It's probably pizza.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we're expecting it to be something else, and then he just comes out with the, and I'm like, oh. I mean, it'll be funny because I wouldn't expect it, but at the same time, it wouldn't be funny because it's,
The thing is that comedy is.
Don't. Did I seriously call it? Are you just joking with me, or did I seriously call it? If I called that, you witnessed my prediction powers working without me knowing. If that's the case, please tell me you're not joking about that.
Yes and no, I'm guessing.
I say you called it.
I say I called it too. I mean, I feel like that would have been the whole point of the joke, to just say the, because that's 3 words, Jabba the Hutt, and the is in the middle. That's literally what was going on in my head. So
it is a transgression, which is pretty much the basis of all jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
It transgress something, and having the transgresses the fact that it's obvious, or
it's funny because it's obvious.
You're expecting a joke. You're expecting something crazy, and then you get.
It's funny because it's
normal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's what makes it funny.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one to end on. Wait, no, he's got another one.
That's the lesson. That's the lesson for all you Twitter addicts out there that don't understand what a joke is.
Yeah. What is a Stormtrooper's favorite TV show? Now that one I don't know. Let me think for a second before you tell me. What is a Stormtrooper's favorite TV show?
Duck.
Duck? What?
Something they should do.
Game of
So
Game of Clones. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, we're gonna end it with that because that's a good way to end this one. Have these jokes ready for next time. I'm telling you, like I'm ready to add a little humor to these things. If you join us next time, that would be pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and basically just start trying to end the stream. As you know, we never just end the stream. We talk for another 10 to 15 minutes to make it almost 3 hours and then end the stream. See, I'm rambling right now and making the time go by, Okay, I'll be serious this time. So thank you.
I'll be disappointed if you end it so soon. It's a tradition. We need more.
Oh no! Why did you do? Okay.
Hang on. You have to give her one. You have to give her one.
Good job.
I did have to.
Thank you.
That yes, you're very welcome. That was perfect. That was purely perfect. Well, you know what? I'm not going to end it just yet. Then we're just going to keep moving for a little bit. I don't know what to say though.
Actually, how is the your project coming along, Shay?
Oh! I did have a few things to talk about. The project.
We actually have a name for the project.
It's called Project Guardian, and
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that Guardian Demon.
Yeah, not that kind of Guardian. I know what kind of Guardian you're probably thinking of, and that's not the Guardian that. No, this is an original thing. I've actually sort of dabbled in trying to learn animation, so I sort of thought maybe I can do something with that too, instead of making it just solely a audio thing. So
Oh,
I'm still figuring it out. The animation thing might take me a while, so I might start off as audio and then maybe at some point go into animation. But I downloaded Unreal Engine, and I'm going to try to learn how to use it.
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So.
Have you thought maybe for the first few episodes, just doing that sort of that sort of animated style where it's just still pictures but everything sort of slowly moving type
I thought about that
situation?
too. Hey, have you ever watched Markiplier? Okay. I'll give you an
No.
example. If you've watched Markiplier, okay, look up Damien. Okay. Now, this wasn't my original intent on, or it wasn't originally my intention to not exactly copy, but the idea of it is another thing. But if you look up Damien,
Should I bring it up now?
yeah, go ahead and bring it up now. And you can like mute it so we don't like get copyright or anything like that. Just maybe just turn it down as we talk over it a little bit.
It should automatically be muted because
Yeah. I mean, either way, you can listen to it on your own later. Later. But I was thinking of this before I thought about Damien because I watched Damien, and Damien is basically sort of the idea what I wanted to go for, and even though I didn't mean it to come out that way, but that's sort of how it came out. But that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that up there at the top. That's it. So
I'm not mute.
So just skip through it a little bit, like because it'll be well, no, actually leave it there. That's good. That's good. So it's like play. You'd have to listen to it to understand what's going on here, but this is the kind of art type of deal that I was talking about, where it'll show the art and give you an idea of what the area looks like. I think they'll play some sound effects and stuff like that. It's not like full motion animation. It's just like as you've seen on there,
Animated comic book.
Yeah,
frames.
That kind of thing. That was sort of what I was thinking about going with, that kind of style at first. But then I started looking up some stuff on the Unreal Engine, and I've seen some pretty good stuff. Have you? I forgot the name. I think it's Let me look them up real quick because there was this video. I think I'll send it to you too. There's this video done on the Unreal Engine that they did, or it was an animation rather. I can't remember if I sent it to anybody. If I did, that'd be nice and that'd be easier. No, I don't think I did.
Was it on YouTube?
Yes, it was on YouTube. My Enemy, I think is what it was called. It was Star Wars themed. Yeah, that's what it is. It's Loacher Films. The animation looks really good, first of all, and that Loacher Loacher Films.
There we go.
That up there at the top. They do a lot of animations on the Unreal Engine, but that one right there, if you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. It is such a good animation.
That's animated?
Yes. That was done on the Unreal Engine. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, hey, let's just fast forward this a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. Actually you can sort of see it.
You can sort of see it, but wait till it gets like down on the planet here. A lot of it looks really, really good. Like really, really good. Yes, this stuff is done on the Unreal Engine.
Yep. No, actually, I can. Yep. Okay. Yep.
They have, of course, more equipment than I do for this kind of thing. I just have my PC here that's dying on me. So I doubt that I'll be able to do anything with the animation for a long time until I get a new PC. But that's besides the point.
Well, I mean, the thing is that because one of the main reasons you sort of thought of this project was because of all the special effects you've got, all the sound special effects.
Yeah,
exactly. And that, if you really want to use more of that, that is more suited towards a radio drama type of situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if it picks up, you can always do an animated show of it then.
That's true. Which I also thought about. Go ahead.
Well, like you said, you don't quite have the hardware now, so
that's true.
Get it out now, and when the hardware comes in, you can sort of go, well, this season went well, and now we're going to animate it.
That would be amazing. What I need to do, because I haven't been able to do much planning on it just yet. I've been applying for another job and stuff like that, and unfortunately, that job might probably take a lot more of my time than I thought it would, because I didn't learn about the hours and stuff like that until the other day. But I'm going to try my best, because as of lately, I've not been able to do anything when it comes to planning because things have been too hectic, and my stupid computer here doesn't like me anymore. It just wants to die every time I try to do something on it. Anyways, I will continue to plan on what the first episode will be like, but because I'm dabbling in a few ideas, and then I also thought maybe I won't do Project Guardian just yet. I had another idea too, and it was more of a horror type of thing, because I want to dabble in both, like the action type of thing and horror, because I even though I don't exactly like horror movies, or I like the mystery of certain things that sort of happen to be in the horror genre. Let's say one example, because I'm playing the game now, Five Nights at Freddy's, the mystery behind it is amazing. It may not be like exactly the scariest thing you ever seen, but the mystery behind and the lore behind all that stuff is very intriguing, and it's also dark, which I like dark stuff, if you haven't noticed. I'm currently wearing black right now. I'm just kidding. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Anyways, I do sort of want to dabble in horror themed stuff, or even thriller related, because I feel like in a way a radio drama that's meant to be scary would be even better for what I'm, or if I'm trying to do something scary, I feel like a radio drama that is scary would actually sort of fit better. I don't know. I guess it gets you to think about something scary, and it sort of messes with your mind. I don't know, stuff like that. I've got ideas. I just haven't got anything 100% yet. But Project Guardian is a thing that will happen at some point for sure. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And I did say I would tell the story of my of the last video I put out. So I'll go ahead and tell real quick, since it isn't at the 3-hour mark just yet. Okay. So when I went to record the video, I tried out a bunch of different games. Nothing was going well, because either the connection was poor, or my computer, for some reason, and I figured out why later, because my computer wasn't plugged in on charge, even though I thought I had the settings set to where it wouldn't shut off the screen. It would shut the screen off while I'm recording, or the audio wouldn't work at all. And
hang on a
I
second,
don't know
Jake.
why that happened. Yes.
I'm going to suggest something. You might want to stop your video. Because
Stop
at
my
this
video?
present moment, you're going very robotic.
Oh, I am? Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Don't know yet, because I mean it will take a bit of time for the clearing of
Like
the
I said,
toxins.
Seems fine to
the
me.
clearing of the toxins.
You are sounding much better now.
Okay. I'll just leave my face off of here from this point. Maybe that'll help. Anyways, the audio. I recorded a video. If you watched the last video I put out, the KOTOR playthrough, my first one playthrough, episode 1. The first part of the video is me just talking with Battlefront footage in the background. That footage in the background was the footage I recorded for the first time when I was talking, but it didn't record my voice for whatever reason. So instead of letting the best part of that footage go to waste, I used it as background footage to speak about the 100 subscribers and stuff like that. If you haven't seen that, you should, because I mentioned you guys. If you want to hear the nice things I say about you guys. Anyways, another thing though, and I noticed later on in the actually you can play it on the screen right now if you wanted to, and you know what I'm talking about. But the other thing, because that footage for some reason didn't record audio, I had to re-record a video, and I didn't get the best footage after that. So I don't know what was going on that day, but I just could not get any great footage. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna play a single player game, one that's not super competitive, one that I could just sort of relax on and maybe even make a playthrough out of. It ended up being KOTOR, because I've never played KOTOR before, which is odd. But I have both of them on my Xbox, and I've been thinking, like, they're just sitting on my Xbox, and I'm not playing them. So maybe I need to actually play them, and it'd probably be a good idea to make it a playthrough. So that's what I did, and I think I did. With all things considered, I think I did pretty good in this video. But there were a few other problems I had with this video that we got currently on the screen. As I was editing the video, I was almost done with it. And, problem is my computer died. It actually died beforehand too, but it didn't affect the editing process because it was before that. But my computer froze up. Whenever I tried to click on something, it would take a good minute before it actually responded to that click. I watched it and waited, hoping that it would get better. Never did. Eventually, it just froze and wouldn't let me do anything. I was still hoping that maybe it would do better. Maybe it will start working again. And right here in the video that you see on the screen, that's me explaining a little bit to why there's a bit of an audio glitch at the end of the video, because for some reason the audio started glitching at the end. The game audio, not my voice audio, but the game audio also glitched at the end. It didn't record it right or something. I don't know. It's not like bad enough to destroy the video, like I say, but it was still noticeable. So there was that was going on. I just had a lot of audio issues. When I was editing the video, like I was saying, the computer froze. Luckily for me, it didn't, because I hadn't saved it yet, it didn't erase everything, which scared the daylights out of me. I had put hours into finally getting that video recorded, and I had also been editing that entire time. So it was 1:30 in the morning. I should have been in bed like 3 hours ago, I think. No, 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago from that point. 2.5 hours ago. And that's when my computer died. I was almost done. I was getting ready to just save it to my computer and be like, okay, I'll move it to my phone and upload it tomorrow while I'm at work, because I can't bring my computer to work, but I can do it on my phone. So I was going to take my phone or put it on my phone and upload it at work. That didn't happen because it froze and I couldn't finish the video that night. I was up till 2 o'clock trying to fix it, and I did a couple finishing touches before I just gave up on it for the night. I wake up the next morning, 3 hours sleep because I have to wake up at 5, or 3.5. I can't remember. And I go to work. I saved it onto my phone and I edit it while I'm doing my job, which is very difficult, especially if I don't want to get caught on my phone while doing my job. And the little editing software I have on my phone, which isn't bad, don't get me wrong, but it also produced another mistake that was in the video that I noticed, and that was when I was sneaking around. If you skip to, let's see, skip maybe halfway through the video. Look for the part where I go invisible. It's not halfway, but maybe, try halfway. Let's see. It's a little further than that.
A little further? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, keep going. It's past the part where Trask fights the Sith guy. I think it's right there. Right there. Okay, you're on it. Go back a little bit. I don't know how well it's going to show up on everybody else's screen at this very moment, but started right there. Yeah, started right there. All right. So there's this edit that at first looked really good on my phone. I wanted to take it off, so I thought I guess I forgot to take it off, that, or it didn't work right. But right here, when it's about to it froze. Okay, right there, there's supposed to be a visual effect going on the screen. The visual effect doesn't take place till right at the end where I wanted the effect to stop, which is weird. And that's because on my phone, which my phone has got a smaller screen, it's hard to adjust that visual effect right there. That was supposed to play the entire time. It didn't. It didn't.
Super invisibility.
It was supposed to be a dramatic going stealth mode moment, and then it gets cut short by these guys shooting at me somehow after the door opens, which was supposed to be the fun part of the video. But at that point, it sort of just messes with the video when you see that weird effect take place for no reason whatsoever. It was supposed to start from the very moment I go stealthy. You know what I mean? But for some reason, maybe I did something on my phone, but I was trying so hard to hide my phone at the time I was editing this while I was doing my job that I probably made that mistake. But due to my computer being junk, I wasn't able to finish the edit on there, so I had to do with what I had. So I get that, and I don't even realize that's an issue until I rewatch the video after it's uploaded, because I like to watch it and see if I made any mistakes. But I didn't even notice it because the first time I watched it, I fell asleep because it was so late, and I didn't get to watch it at all. Yeah, so it was late, and I just fell asleep halfway through the video.
I get it.
And, that's sad because the video itself isn't boring. I had fun doing it, and it has some really good moments near the end. If you haven't seen the end part, that part's the best part. But the audio is a little weird. So after this, there's no more mistakes that I made. But near the end, your character starts talking with Karth, which is the guy that's on the communicator. You see him every once in a while on the screen. The audio starts sort of cutting in and out. I mean, you can hear what he's saying and understand, but it sounds really choppy. And that guy right there on the screen, that guy, he's the guy that you're talking to. So I don't know what was going on, but apparently the game audio, because my mic audio wasn't the issue, but the game audio started cutting it. And plus, I think I had the game turned down too low because my voice is super loud compared to the game. And I'm going to fix that with the next episode. But I had already recorded this, and I did not want to play it again and just fix the volume like that. And where I don't record the audio separate from the voiceover audio, I couldn't just change my voiceover audio to be lower or anything like that. And I got to figure out how to do that. I know some people do that. I don't know how to do that. I'll figure it out though. This right here is a good reason why. But I just had so many issues. I did say earlier that I would condense the story down, but I've told the whole story. So all this video is being edited for another couple hours worth of work, basically, throughout the day that I am working. And I finished it on my lunch break because that's when I was able to actually sit down without fear of being caught on my phone. So, and I didn't go back and fix the one mistake, of course, as you said.
Oh, there it is.
So,
yeah. This is the part that you got the short from?
Yes, this is the part I got the short from. You have to watch this entire part because honestly,
Those eyebrows.
I know. Look. My mom seen it, and she watched the video, and she also seen the short. She died laughing at it, and she asked me about the freeze frames that I used, like for their faces on that part where the short takes place. I told her I picked those freeze frames specifically because her eyebrow was raised up, so I thought that would fit the mood. And I couldn't really get a better one than what I got with him, but his face was like sort of, what would you say, more like clueless or just weird? I don't know. I picked those particularly because it was funny.
Were you implying that she was thinking it's?
I want to know more about you, Karth. That was that was my favorite moment recording that because I imagined myself playing romantic music to him while it was freeze framed like that. I imagined that edit as I was playing it, which is why it works. I'm learning, I guess, to come up with these funny things as I'm playing it, so I can actually edit that in there without having to move a lot of things around. But
I mean, it was just good because Karth looked like the typical anime protagonist. Of
yeah, I know.
Not getting the point that she wants to know more about you.
I want to know more about you, Karth.
And he's sort of like, oh, okay. Not, oh, really?
Oh. I don't think there's like a romance system in this game as far as I know. Is there? I mean, has anybody else played it that because
no, I haven't.
If there's a romance system, he's going to be the one for my character. Chronos says people at work must be wondering about those long bathroom breaks. Hey, we don't talk about that, okay? I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do take longer breaks, and that day I think I did actually take longer breaks just to do that. But we won't say anything to my boss about that. They won't know. They don't even know I do this. So, and then one of the two viewers happens to be my boss watching this, and then I'm fired tomorrow. See you guys. Actually, no. I'll say hello because this is going to be my full-time thing now.
Well, you have 100 followers now, so
102, I think. Actually, I think it went up. I'm going to look.
No, hang on. I can look right now. Give me.
Oh, that's true. You can.
Where's the button? I can't find the button.
Yeah, okay. That's it right there. 102. Yep. So we went up 2 more over the last few days, which is insane. But yeah, the best part of this video was the ending, where I did the most editing and adding some funny little stuff, funny little things, which happens to be part of the short. It's sort of the same joke repeated. It's just funny. I love it. You need to watch the entirety of the ending. It's good.
It's the character. It's the character giving a whole lot of bedroom eyes to Karth, and Karth not understanding that he's giving bedroom eyes.
He's just clueless the entire time. It's like he thinks we just want to know more about him, but we really want to know more, and not this kind of more. But this kind of more. Wait, my webcam was supposed to work.
That wasn't bedroom eyes.
Well, forgive me, okay, for my lack of bedroom eyes, okay? Anyways, the best part of the video is the end, in my opinion. It's just a bunch of talking, but I make that joke, and I use that joke multiple times throughout the ending. But it's not like me just rehashing the same joke over and over. Exactly. I guess it is the first two times, but I use it two more times. Yeah, there it is.
Absolutely clueless. Like,
yeah, exactly. That I picked those freeze frames for a reason. I mean, she kept raising her eyebrow so many times. I thought, okay, that's perfect. I'll just take that. I'll cut both of those frames out. I'll lengthen them to fit the short part of the song that I want to play. I added that little filter effect, and then the heart animations. I added that on there too. And let's see. and it was just the best. It was the best edit that I had in the whole thing. So I reused it. I reused it twice, and then I sped it up for the third time because I said some. I think I said something and it related to it. So I just went.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. Let's see. All of a sudden, someone comes by the bathroom and hears Anakin. I have the high ground. That's awesome. Anakin should never have underestimated Obi-Wan's power. He tried it, even though Obi-Wan told him not to. Anakin never learns. And then at the very, very end of the video, like right as you think that the video is completely ended, I play that little scene one more time because, the joke is still good. So, and that's where I ended it. And I know one thing I forgot to add. It was, I was going to add like a image saying thank you for the 100 subs right after that too. Or I was going to write thank you for the 100 subs on the little clip that I used as a joke the whole time. Either way, I forgot a couple things, and I had a lot of trouble getting this video out. So it came out at 10 o'clock on Tuesday, which is not at all what I intended. But by the time I got home, because I wasn't able to upload it at work due to the fact that I finally had to not get on my phone as much, and I couldn't really shut my phone down, or not shut it down, but I couldn't leave it on because it would just automatically shut itself down, and then it would stop the upload. If I were doing what I normally do, that wouldn't be a difficult thing to do. I could just leave it on because I'm usually on my phone. If I do the other job I usually do, because checking temperatures at a store isn't that hard, and it's time that you could use just to be on the phone. I'm talking too much about that. Anyways, I wasn't able to upload it at work.
And he never was allowed to do the temperature taking job ever again.
I feel like that's the case, but that's not because I don't know. I can tell you guys stories. I'm not going into that right now. Let's see. Chrono says I played those a long time ago, but I think there's a romance in the games. If there is, it better be me and Karth. I want Karth. Unless we can mod Hauser in there, then I'll
I
take
was
that.
just gonna say that.
Like, I don't want to betray Hauser, but this is before the Clone Wars, so Hauser's not born yet. So I guess I can say that. But anyway,
This is the point where you normally say, but Hauser wasn't even a twinkle in. Oh wait, hang on, he doesn't have a daddy.
why? Why did you make that joke?
Because
My goodness.
It's a statement that you normally say,
I mean,
these things happened before I was a twinkle in my father's eye, and well, when it comes to Hauser, yeah.
His dad's dead. I mean, his dad is technically, I guess, a Kaminoan, but his real dad is literally just his brother.
No, he's real. His real dad was a test tube.
Well, I mean, where did the DNA come from, though? And think about it. They refer to him as the father, which I guess he technically is, but at the same time, it's literally a clone. So wouldn't the clone be a brother of Jango Fett as well, instead of just
the
the son?
dad and the mom.
And the brother. He's all three. See, there we go. I played the clip one more time at the end. I forgot to write thank you for the 100 subs on it. That's what it was. That's why that was there. But I forgot to do that because, working.
You
and
tired.
I didn't want to get in trouble. And that too, I was tired. But the next day, I felt even more tired, even though I had gotten more sleep that day. All right, we're putting Hauser back on here. Enough of my content. Hauser. Hold on. Let me fix the image a little bit.
I have one of my screens back.
There you go.
There.
Hauser. I think I'm going to make a video of just Hauser and having the same sort of clip running, but with my face and Hauser's face on the
and that sax song that appears in every.
I tried to find that, but I could not. I mean, I know what it is, but I was also afraid of copyright. But I wanted to find something like that, and I could not. All I found was that country song, which happened to actually work. So there was no copyright on it because it was on that website that I get all my music from. But I tried to find something that would fit the mood. There was hardly nothing I could find. I think I found only one or two, but that one song that I played on that scene in the short is the best one that I found. So if you're not a country fan, like because I'm not usually a country fan either. You probably wouldn't like that song, but that moment fits, or that part of the song fits the moment so well. So I don't regret using it. Anyways, we are actually 20 minutes over the 3-hour mark, well, almost 20. And like I said, which I'm not now, but I'm getting tired. Anyways, and plus hopefully I might take a short nap or something like that so I can wake up at 3 and watch the new episode of The Bad Batch. Either way, I need to watch that episode the moment it comes out. It would be really cool if we did a watch party. I mean, it'd be hard to do that, but we should maybe on the final episode we should do a watch party of the final episode.
Yes.
Sounds good.
I mean, that would mean any of us that's in America to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning and then do it. But if that's what you would want to do, I'd say you're down for that. Oh, yep. Boys. So maybe we should what should we do? Should we do our regular Star Wars topics on Thursday and just have it drawn all the way out till the Bad Batch watch party part, or should we cancel the Stars Topics episode and just have it go? Just have the watch party.
Four for four. Well,
that would mean that we'd have to start it at 12 in the morning. That's 6 hours later than. Oh my gosh, that would be a long stream. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's start it closer to 3 o'clock in the morning, or just have a 3 o'clock in the morning watch party. That's what I say.
Yep.
Yeah. So for the final episode, I guess we'll just have to make plans to stay up that late. I'm going to put in for that day, so I don't have to go to work that day. Because I work Fridays, and if I stay up till 3 o'clock on that Friday and then go to work with 2 hours sleep, if that much, I'm going to fall over dead.
We'll have to. I'll have to get off my ass and find that website or software that allows you to set up watch parties. Because then we can stream it somehow.
Yeah.
We've got time to figure it out.
Yep.
That's true.
Well, I mean, the thing is that I want to do that for bloody The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, because, you know, I need some friends to sit and get drunk with me.
That's true.
Yes.
I
Oh,
forgot about
yes,
that.
we
That's
gotta do
right.
that.
That's so right. I forgot about that.
So I mean,
I think it's
depending
the
on
13th
how many-
of August.
depending on how many weeks we still have before the final episode, we can at least practice on the drinking party. The watch party. I mean, you know, keep it PG. Screw it. I mean, drinking party. While getting The Last Jedi.
Chrono says count me in, so he's in on this too. And he said, "Well, if your boss is watching this the stream, you might be free by then." Oh gosh, Chrono, you're awesome. I love you. You know what? Hold on. You get one of the.
Good job.
That was good. But I think if I'm right, it's the 13th that the final episode will be on. So once that day shows up on my schedule, I can put in for that day, and hopefully they will approve that day because
Okay, 13th of August.
Yeah, 13th of August.
Oh, that's not that far away.
See, no, it's not that far. Tomorrow is the first of the last 4 episodes, so that means there'll be 3 more. So let's see. I know there's going to be one on the 6th of August because that's the 3rd one out of the 4. And then the 13th of August is the 4th one. That's if they don't change the scheduling for it around or anything like that. Either way, I'm going to try to put off for that day so I don't have to go to work on Friday and deal with 2 hours sleep because I want to do this and I feel like we should for the final episode of the Bad Batch. So we can talk about what we loved about it and all that stuff, you know. Maybe the best parts, which we already know the best part of the Bad Batch. It's on the screen right now. That's besides the point. That's besides the point, though.
We don't even need to watch the finale. That was the finale.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, him being hauled off by the Empire instead of killed. That was a finale right there. Because that sets up for another season. We'll just call the next season Hauser. Star Wars Hauser.
Star Wars.
We need just a whole season on Hauser.
Hauser, a Star Wars story.
Oh gosh, we need it in live action.
Yep.
DH Tamara Morrison because they did that in Aquaman. Give him the awesome Hauser hair, and there we go. We're good to go.
Perfect.
Yes, exactly. All right, we are way over the mark. You guys said that you'd feel bad if we didn't go over the mark, so we went over the mark.
Yeah. Plus more.
We, yeah, plus more. I don't know if you realized you said more.
Yeah. The minute you did that, I'll pay that. You should give yourself one.
Yeah, I should.
Good job.
Thank you, Obi-Wan. Thank you. I deserve that, you know? But we're going to go ahead and end the stream. It's been a fun stream so far. We got really off topic multiple times, and I also told you about my struggles on putting out the last video I did on Tuesday instead of Monday. Thinking about that just annoys me, that whole process. Anyways, I'm very glad that Sir AOA, Commander Tano, Bounty Hunter Network, Chrono, Old Ben, Genocidal Demon, all of you guys were on here. Psycho, he wasn't able to show up, unfortunately, for reasons. I meant to mention that. Yeah, so, but we'll thank him anyways. But thank you guys for joining. We hit 100 subs a couple days ago, so thank you guys for being with me from the very beginning. I know we ain't went that far exactly, but it's been like a few months. I want to say about 4, maybe even closer to 5. I don't know. I'll have to look. No, March 25th. We've been doing this since March 25th. And Chrono and Sir AOA weren't in the streams at the time, but they were watching the streams from the very beginning. Commander Tano has been with me from the very beginning. Bounty Hunter Network has been with me from the very beginning. Psycho has been with me from the very beginning. It's just been awesome having you guys on here. And that's and I'm also wanting to include everybody else that's been on the streams at one point or another. They've been on here. They've incorporated to the channel at one point or another. And everybody that's watched, especially Genocidal Demon here, because he's providing us with wonderful jokes that keep us laughing throughout the streams. So thank you, Genocidal Demon, for those awesome jokes. And I really like that last comment. All of a sudden, someone comes by the bathroom and hears Anakin, I have the high ground. That one really got me. I loved it. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody for being on the streams from day one or watching them from day one. Now we have 100, which is a lot faster than I thought we'd reach that. I didn't think I'd hit that for a while because I think it was those YouTube shorts I did. Seriously, like I think this new one, because it takes about 2 or 3 days for them to blow up. If this one blows up, I'd say we'll have like at least another 20 because that's usually how it goes. They add about 20 to 40 on there. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys for being on the stream and thank you for being on the channel from day one, whether it's watching or being on the streams.
Thank you for having us along and congrats.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
thank you. Yes, and hopefully this journey will last a lot longer as well. Probably, hopefully for years.
All the way to 1 million.
All the way to 1 million. That would be a milestone right there that I'd never believe I'd reach. But then again, I have improved a lot since the first stream, and I remember now what I wanted to do with this stream. I wanted to play part of the first stream. I forgot about that until now. I wanted to play part of the first stream and show how nervous I was because I was insanely nervous doing it, and I had no commentary skills. Not only that, but as I mentioned in the previous video I did, I'm more of an introverted person. So when it comes to talking to people I've never talked to before, it's very difficult for me to do that. Which it ain't now. I'm talking to you guys, and I didn't even know you guys personally. I may not really know you personally, but we've been spending a lot of time together over the last few months talking on these streams and stuff like that. So I've gotten to know you guys a lot more, but it's just been awesome. And it's sort of gotten me out of that little shell I was in. I talk to people a little more now, you know. And you're welcome, Chrono. Well, you're welcome to everybody because I'm glad that I was able to create something so far that has given you guys a role that we can all interact with each other in and all that stuff. I'm not like great with words, as you can tell, but I'm just trying to express my gratitude. But we're going to see, I'm drawing this on even longer, and I don't mean to. This happens every time I try to end it. All right, but I'm going to seriously end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for being on here. And may the force be with you always. I almost forgot my outro. Okay, bye.